backbone you're about to listen to is incredibly stupid. Listener discretion is advised.
When I was 19, my girlfriend let me do things to her on my birthday.
Oh, no, that's a good memory.
I'm just saying, like, that's the best memory that I have. I was also at my grandfather's funeral on my birthday.
At the same time?
No, it wasn't. Hey, let's go behind the casket. It's my birthday. He would have approved.
Does anybody have any words they'd like to?
I mean, it was an open casket, so it was kind of creepy staring at me.
Let Grandpa watch. No, don't.
Featuring Panama Ted.
I'm a dork and stupid.
Timmy Hall.
I love a good, thin meat.
And a crap ton of random sounds from the internet.
His lower body is ridiculously thick.
You're a little stupid.
Not on my watch.
My butt's sore. Holler.
I like that laugh.
Welcome to Man and Bone.
It is Wildcard Wednesday. How you doing, Bob Capace?
Oh, I'm great. How are you, Mike?
Great.
Good.
How you doing,
Glad to hear
Ted?
it.
Ted's trying to figure out the camera.
Doing good, Mike.
It is Wildcard Wednesday. Go ahead.
How about the ultimate wild card? As we were, like, the intro was playing, we're sitting here with our headphones on. I look out our studio door, and I see Dom Taberry pointing at me and saying, like gesturing with his finger, like, can I come in real quick? Can I say something to you? And I'm like, no. I point at the microphone, like, we're about to talk. It's 3:00. This is when we go on. And then he makes the, like, phone call hand signal, like the hand.
I'll call you on the phone then.
Right.
Ring.
Ted, I guess I watched the hotline. I don't know.
I think you should take his call on the air.
Yeah, if he calls, see what he has to say. Let's just ask him.
You know what? It's never stopped him before.
You know what? Call
that
him.
on-air light. Just come on in.
Yeah, call him if you want. Just be proactive here. We can just call him and say, what did you need? What was the big deal? About to walk into our studio.
Wildcard Wednesday. Please do tweet us at Man and Bone 971. Text the burner phone 614-787-3093. The more absurd, the better today, please.
We love absurd. That's great.
Jackets losing Buffalo last night. This team is the walking wounded right now.
That sucks.
They did not resemble themselves. Werenski didn't play. They're back at home for Utah tomorrow. Look, I've said this before, and you guys yell at me. Why don't you want these guys to play in the Olympics? Because I don't want them to. Because I don't care, and because I'm selfish, and I want my guys to stay healthy. I don't want Zach Werenski playing in this Four Nations tournament, whatever it's called.
I agree with you.
I don't want this is a team that's competing for a playoff spot. He's day to day. Let him rest for a week and a half.
Yeah. And I know the argument that comes from the team always is like, well, we got to do right by our guy. And I understand and appreciate
you got to do
idea.
Right by your team.
You got to do right by the fans. You got to do right by the guys in that locker room and the fans who pay all the money to go watch your team play. That's who you're doing right by, right? And I understand his desire to play. I will say this, ever since the Kirill Marchenko injury happened, I have been thrilled that there is a Four Nations tournament that takes 2 weeks out of the season. Because that means 2 weeks of recovery time for him where we're not playing any NHL games.
I know that, but
that part is good.
I don't understand this notion that, well, they want to do it, so I guess we have to let them do it. No, you don't. Look, my kid wants to do a lot of things. All right? She's got birthday parties out the wazoo.
Right.
She's been to one particular place twice. You know, one of these climb around cesspool disgusting places.
Cesspool. I don't know where you're taking her.
You know what I mean.
You mean like a trampoline place?
It's. I don't want to name the place because I'm about to tell you something.
You don't have to name the place, but like, do they have trampolines in there? Do they have like foam pits?
They got stuff like that.
Bouncy stuff. All right.
Bouncy stuff, right?
Yeah.
The last 2 times she's had birthday parties, friend birthday parties at this place, she's come home with strep throat.
Well,
2 times.
That's probably because of the birthday party as much as anything. But yes, I understand your point.
Whatever. All right. She had another one of these things at the same place. And no!
I T-Bone here for trampoline parks. They're great.
No.
Other than the broken limbs and the syphilis that you get. Other than that, they're
Syphilis,
awesome.
strep throat, molesters hang out there. What? No.
What?
Yes.
What trampoline park are you going
I'm just
to?
if molesters want to go hang out, they're going out there.
All right, if you
The
pull
dad
in,
from Seventh Heavens in the parking lot.
I forgot about him. Wow. If you go to a trampoline park and there are panel vans outside, leave. Like, don't take your kid in there. Bunch of dudes wearing trench coats.
What I'm saying is we have limits. It's like, all right, if you were completely healthy the last couple times, if you were feeling completely healthy this time, maybe we'd think about it. But you already have the sniffles. I'm not sending you off to Syphilisville. You stay home.
So
You rest.
Zach Wierenski going to play in the Four Nations tournament is
That's
the
like
equivalent
getting
of sending
syphilis.
your daughter to a trampoline park.
That is correct.
Got it. Okay. Makes sense.
You have a big job to do.
Mm-hmm.
You're the best player on this team that is competing for a playoff spot. And you're ouchie. It'd be one thing if he was completely healthy.
That's
He's
right.
not.
No, I understand fully. I seriously do get the Jackets saying we want to do right by the player because the player can say, well, this makes me not want to play here my entire career. This makes me want to reconsider. This can be added to the reasons not to stay with a team when your next contract comes up, right?
He's not going anywhere.
No, but I'm saying I understand why teams get worried about that kind of stuff, especially a team like the Jackets where it's not like you have this rich history of winning where you can point and be like, oh, you want to leave? Great. Well, we'll go win a Stanley Cup without you then. Like, we know that we need players like Zach Wierenski to want to be here. But the flip side of that is if he is here and happy and on the shelf because he took a puck to the face in the middle of this Four Nations tournament, that's not going to do anybody anything. I know that's the way hockey is. None of these other sports that we talk about have a series like this, the Olympics too, in the middle of their season. There's no equivalent in the NFL. There's no equivalent in basketball. There's really nothing like that really in baseball. I guess you could say the World Baseball Classic, but that happens right before the start of the season.
I don't want my guys doing that either.
Yeah. I don't care if it doesn't help that tournament. Not my problem. I don't root for the Four Nations tournament. I'm rooting for my local team. I have always been, Mike, a club over country guy. When it comes to the crew going to
when it comes to sports?
Yeah. Like when it comes to the crew going to play for a national team, when we had, Brian McBride, it's like, that's cool that he represents the team for the U.S. national team, but please come back healthy. I don't want to lose you for the actual season that I care more about than our national team. I don't care as much about that. And with the Jackets, I don't care as much about U.S. hockey as I do the CBJ. Sorry. If that makes me a bad American, I don't care. I'm a Blue Jackets fan first and foremost on that.
Back when I was banging in high school, we had a room off of the gym that the wrestlers would go in and practice, right?
Right.
And every time we walked in there, you had to walk through it to get to the locker room. It smelled like nutsack and feet and ringworm. If ringworm had a smell, it was that room.
I have always had this concern about wrestling, not pro wrestling, but I'm sure it's gross too. But high school wrestling to me has always had that. Yeah, there's a smell. It's just baked in.
And then the first time I went to one of these trampoline parks with Samantha, I had the war flashback to that room because that's what it smelled like.
Maybe we're just smelling rubber mats. Is that just what rubber mats
you're
smell
smelling
like?
filth. I know what rubber smells like. When you get that from the store, it doesn't smell like sack. Come on.
I also now have the picture of Luke Fickell just with the onesie on out on the trampoline park, trying to
It's called a singlet,
whatever.
not a onesie.
Oh, yes, you're right. You just said they all have ringworm, but me accidentally getting the term wrong for the thing they wear.
Well, no, I'm just trying to paint the picture for people.
They got their Rick Steiner headgear on.
Why is Luke Fickell wearing pajamas? He's not. Bone means the wrestling attire.
Whatever. All right, that's fine.
Just try to help you out, man.
Pro bowler.
It's like I'm here with my wife. I can't correct you without you going back in time and pulling stuff out of your crack.
Back in time.
Hey, Ryan Day has apparently settled on a new offensive line coach. We'll tell you who it is coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview. You should watch out for some slowdown due to an accident if you need to use Summit Street at Lane Avenue. And traffic is a little slow on westbound 70 downtown between the 71 East Split and Livingston Avenue. This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies, offering national LTE coverage and no subscriptions ever. A great alternative to a mobile phone for your kids. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO and get an extra 5% off. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Hey, it's D. Miller. Guys, let's talk about getting back to your best. If you lack energy, muscle mass, feel moody, or have low libido, it could be low testosterone. Testosterone therapy, or TRT, may be the answer. Don't settle for a standard dosage TRT program. I learned about the personalized treatment at Low T Center and the results you can expect with customized TRT. And for current patients, Low T Center offers a $150 credit when you refer a new patient. Go to lowtcenter.com to book an appointment. That's lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Something old, something new, something borrowed, and something blue. Hi, it's Alex Johnson from the Diamond Cellar. This February 21st and 22nd, honor the timeless wedding tradition and let Diamond Cellar's Blue Box be a part of your forever. Celebrate wedding weekend with buy one, get one half off wedding bands, 20% off diamond anniversary bands, and special no-interest financing on engagement rings. Find your something blue and so much more at Diamond Cellar. February 21st and 22nd on Selmo Road or at Easton Town Center.
Back in the studio with a return visit from
Todd Schmelt.
Todd, the last time you were with us, you claimed to be
the dumbest person in Columbus.
You're being really hard on yourself.
Not in the least. You know what I got?
I hate to ask.
One of them thermostats with the dial and the needle. Woo, woo, woo.
Maybe that's not modern, but not.
What am I? Eli Whitney, Elias Howe, Johann Gertis?
I don't know who those people are.
Those are old-timey people from the 19th century, and that's me. Outdated, like my silly old thermostat.
Okay, look, you're not the dumbest guy in Columbus. You just haven't called Apex Pros.
The pros who knows?
Those guys. Whether it's the latest technology, fixing your furnace, or a brand new system, they know all the stuff so you don't have to.
I don't have to know it all?
Nah, you just have to know the pros who knows.
Apex Pros. I'm not the dumbest guy in Columbus.
I didn't even know who Johann Gertis was.
Inventor of the gas-powered unicycle. Look it up, doy.
Okay, you don't have to be mean.
No doubt about it. Columbus loves Apex Pros. The pros who knows. ApexPros.com.
Common Man here. I've told you about my friends at Sell for 1% Realtors. I am back to remind you that if you're thinking about selling your home, it should not cost you 6% to do it. Their premise is almost too good to be true. They sell your home for 1% commission, not 6%. That's it. I had to check it out for myself, see if it was legit. I met with the family-run business here in Central Ohio. They will give you everything you expect from any realtor for a whole lot less. This is full service, not discount. They literally do everything that a realtor who charges you 6% is going to do, and probably more. They can do it because they use today's technology, which has made the realtor's job easier, taking photos, signing documents on your phone. And instead of keeping their prices the same like everybody else does, they pass the savings on to you because they know you're going to be happy with the service. Tell a friend, they get more business. Oh, what a novel concept. If I knew about these guys 10 years ago, I would have saved a boatload of money. On average, customers save about $10,000 in commissions. If you're selling, give my guys a call. 614-451-6616. Sellfor1%.com.
If you have an unhealthy obsession with the Blue Jackets, we have just the remedy. Join us Wednesday nights at 7 for the Inside Edge. All the Jackets and hockey conversation you can handle. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Have you ever told a friend?
Oh, I'm fine.
When you really felt?
Just so overwhelmed.
Or sent a text?
Can't sleep. Are you awake?
When you couldn't find the words to say?
I'm scared to be alone with my thoughts right now.
Then this is your sign to reach out to the 988 Lifeline for 24/7 free confidential support. You don't have to hide how you feel. Text, call, or chat anytime.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Amazon Business offers smart business buying solutions, so you can spend more time growing your business and less time doing the admin. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Time now to check in on the weather report. Today, cloudy with a high of 35. We do have a winter weather advisory for a little bit of freezing rain tonight. Biggest impacts will be north of I-70. The precipitation begins between 7 and 9 p.m. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
ESPN Bet is the official sports book of Common Man and T-Bone. On your phone or in person at Hollywood Casino Columbus. The Fan.
Just be glad you aren't as stupid as these two.
Oh, yes.
This is Common Man and T-Bone.
All right, Ohio State hiring a new offensive line coach. We have that. It's Wildcard Wednesday. Here's the pressing issue. All right.
Yeah, we got to get to this.
Our boss just popped his head in here and said, "This is a big issue. We need to get to the bottom of it."
I think this might have been what Dom was trying to call us about too. I think he was also upset by this. It has to be.
Well, you know what? Good for Dom.
I think he would have been. I know Dom well enough to think this would have been a big deal for him.
Looky here. You want to know why we're so fat? Why radio people in general are just unhealthy Fs? Because we walk in here on a daily basis and there's just food. There's food out for us.
Yes.
Right? Like today, we got Jolly Pirate Donuts just out and waiting. Who got them? I don't know. How they got here? I don't know. But they're there and they're free.
I know how they got here.
How?
Max brought them. They're for us. They're for the radio guys and gals.
Whatever. I'm just saying, every day there's something like that.
Also, there needs to be an email that says, prepare yourselves tomorrow. There will be Jolly Pirate Donuts, because I would not have worn sweatpants had I known. Because I walked in and I said, oh, okay. This is a problem. I should have worn jeans today. This is bad.
Now, I must have got here right after they were put out, because normally things like this don't last very long. But they had one of their big apple fritters in the box.
They're great.
Let me tell you something. They make it with some apple. Some have like a hint of apple flavor.
Oh,
fritter.
No, not the Jolly Pirate
They make
one.
it with apple pie filling. It is delicious.
You know how I feel about Jolly Pirate. They are my number one donut, period, end of story.
Well, anyway, it's worth it just for the apple fritter. Here's my point. Fish just came in here and said that someone has taken half a donut. And look, we were all behaving ourselves. From the time I walked in this store, I got here at 11. What time did you get here?
I got here at like 9, I think.
All right, you're a gym class hero.
Well, I had to podcast with Beam, Bone and Beam United. We record today.
What time did the donuts come? Around that time?
They were there when I got here.
Oh, okay. All right. So we behaved ourselves from 9 o'clock to roughly 3 when you and I go on the air.
Yep.
Okay.
That's right.
And then I know it's not one of ours. No. I know one of those Channel 10 Fs came over here and took half a donut, whether they cut it in half with a plastic knife or ripped it in half like an animal with their bare hands. They took half a donut and then left the discarded half there. Now, I don't care if they're only going to eat half the donut. I don't care. First of all, what kind of person are you?
Well,
to only eat half a donut.
Right.
This is a society we're living in. You either have a whole donut, or you don't have any donuts.
But if you are someone who's only going to eat half a donut, take the whole thing back to your desk, eat a bite or two, leave it on the napkin or a plate at your desk, get up, go down, go, whatever you do. Then, after a couple hours, it's still sitting there, you haven't eaten the whole thing, you politely throw it away in your own trash can at your own desk where there's not a big scene.
Or you take it home for later.
Whatever.
Eat it in the car on your way home.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if you cut one in half and then walk away with half, what I now do, because I think the reason for that is you're not getting judged. You know, there's a lot of people very conscious of their appearance on TV, rightfully so. They're on TV. That's part of the job.
Who's judging?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not judging you. I'm judging you now.
I'm saying I judge you more. If I see you walk around with half a donut, I judge. If I see you walk around with a whole donut, I don't go, oh, man, so-and-so better watch. How am I going to judge? Look at me. I'm the fattest person here.
Hey, Teddy, go over and ask Dom if he saw who did it, because he's right there by the box.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Dom always has his eye on the box. Go back there.
We'll check in with him.
Okay.
No, I mean right now.
Oh, right now.
Go right now.
That's like
I want to know right now.
That's like, oh man, I just got all set up in here.
Just leave the studio empty. We're not going off the air. We're fine. Okay. We won't swear. I promise.
Doesn't that make you feel important, Ted? Where it's just like, just leave. Just get out of here and leave.
I want to know. Ohio State is apparently going to hire Virginia Tech offensive coordinator Tyler Bowen for its offensive line coach job. This is the job that Justin Fry had, and he's taken the same job with the Arizona Cardinals. Before his time at Virginia Tech, he was a tight ends coach at Penn State. He was the tight ends coach for the Jacksonville Jaguars. He was on a little guy named Urban Meyer's staff. And so when Tim Tebow was trying to make a comeback as a tight end, this guy was his coach.
That's right. Okay.
He's 35 years old.
His mother, God rest his soul. No? Okay.
Huh?
Nothing. What? Look, the point is, I don't know anything about this guy. So
Ryan Day likes him. And
Ryan
once
Day
upon a
likes him,
time,
and
so did Urban.
He won a national championship. I'll say, all right, I'll give this guy all the leeway he needs. Go right ahead.
Well, he's also a guy. Now, I'm not saying he's going to get it, but he's another guy that you have on your coaching staff that has experience calling plays.
That's good.
Because that's what he did at Virginia Tech.
But also, he's being hired as an offensive line coach.
That is correct.
So,
yes.
Now, if you're going to tell me they're going to say promote Hartline as, well, is he already like assistant coordinator? Am I wrong?
He is co-offensive coordinator.
Okay.
Yes, I mean, he's an offensive coordinator.
So you can't promote him any more than just saying, you're the coordinator now. But like during
Admiral.
Right.
Admiral coordinator, Brian Hartline.
What rear admiral coordinator, I would say.
Oh, he likes it.
Here's what I don't know. Like, I would hope they're going to go hire like the best offensive coordinator they can find outside of the building. Nothing against Brian Hartline, but I think we, as Ohio State, can do the best. We can get the best person out there. Let's make that happen. However, now you have an offensive line coach who was a coordinator who probably wouldn't mind helping out with that. Brian Hartline is still, I'm sure, very intent on eventually becoming an offensive coordinator, like a full-fledged one. And I don't know. Maybe it's time for that to. I keep going back and forth on it because I think how many years are we going to say, well, Brian Hartline's not ready? I mean, I don't know how many years it takes to get him ready, especially when he played football. He has been around all this offensive genius for a while. I would think he's learned a lot. Maybe the time is now. But I still ultimately want them to go outside the building. But at some point, how many cooks can you have there? So I'm going to be very curious to see how the offensive coordinator hire goes here.
Don't take it personally. I wasn't listening to a damn word that you said. I was thinking about who cut that donut in half. Teddy, did you talk to Dom out there? Did he witness the theft?
Dom's missing right now.
Oh.
You know what? Maybe somebody killed him to shut him up?
I think so.
Took the knife they used to cut that donut in half and stabbed him in the heart.
I'm going to rat you out. No, you're not. Listen here, old man.
He's trying to call us. He's like, pick up the phone.
Help me.
Is that a strawberry?
You got to put me into witness protection. You're on witness protection. Hey. It's called the 10 TV News Desk. Oh! Boo! Yeah!
Now with sports, it's Tom DeBerry. Hey, Tom.
Are you wearing a fake mustache?
No.
No, it's not Tom. It's Tom.
Tom DeBerry.
Thom Brenneman.
Thom Brenneman DeBerry. Yes.
Hey, it's Wildcard Wednesday.
Yes. This one comes from, let's see. Oh, here we go. Bacon House starts us off today. He says, my number twos. When it comes to the Barrett Sports ranking.
What do you do?
I just read the first one I got.
All right.
Says, when it comes to the Barrett Sports ranking, I see a lot of Columbus and Cleveland on top, but barely any Cincinnati. Why are they so far behind in Cincinnati?
Because they have crappy sports radio stations.
Yeah.
And that's the easy answer. They're on the AM. They have no numbers. Look, for those of you who don't know
how many, I don't even know how many local shows they have. But yeah, there's a thing that came.
They've got that AM station where Mo Egger is, and I'm not saying Mo Egger is a piece of crap.
Is that 1530?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just saying nobody listens to it. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
But not because he's bad.
Is Lance McAllister still there?
Lance McAllister is, but he works at LW.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
He doesn't work for a sports station, I don't think. Anyway.
Is he on with Billy Cunningham?
I'm going to say yes.
My good friend.
And John Boy Crenshaw.
And the Truck and Bozo.
Truck and Bozo, yeah. Yes. America's Trucking Network, Teddy. Overnights. You got to listen.
Who was the dude who did Reds postgame who would encourage people to drive home with with a beer in their lap.
Oh.
It was Tracy something.
Jones.
Tracy Jones.
Yes.
That's right.
Didn't they always talk about going to the, it was the brass something. There was like
Monkey?
a club. No,
Tax?
It was some kind of like strip club or something. They always talked about it. You're tying one on at
Castle?
the brass something or other. Yeah. Yeah. Those guys.
So anyway,
what a hoot.
There was a list that came out today. It comes out every single year around this time. Barrett Sports Media is a media website. They report on broadcasting stuff, and they rank shows.
Based off of, I guess, they survey people in the industry, and they get their votes and whatever.
Yeah, fine. And so we were number 2 this year. We have been number 1 in the past, but this year we're number 2. I think the dudes in Pittsburgh were number 1.
Yes, Pony Boy and Soda Pop. I think.
They do a fantastic job. I'm not starting to fight with them. They do a fantastic job.
I want to be very clear, though. We were not number 2 to Mark Madden, who is also on in Pittsburgh. He was like 17.
Mark Madden.
That guy can go to hell.
He's just a big pile of skin.
I can't stand it. I can't stand him. Anyway, yeah, we didn't lose to him. But whatever.
Look,
we don't care about this rating.
I don't care about it. They care about it here at the radio station. Like Fish is over there, at Gobbler's Knob, thinking about how we're number 2. And by the way, kudos to Rothman and Ice. They were number 1.
They were number 1
for midday shows. They were number 1, and I want to say Bishop was
Bishop and Friends was 5th. Yep.
But anyway, look, people in the industry pretend to care about this stuff. I hate rankings. All right, I hate them, especially when it comes to shows that maybe you've listened to for 5 minutes. The people who vote for these shows are program directors in other markets. They may have sampled this show for 5 minutes, and they heard from other people how good it is or how not good it is or how funny it is.
They heard from other people. I don't even know how those guys are on the radio. That's what they heard.
Whatever. I'm just saying, I also don't like awards. Like, I don't like the Grammys. I don't like the Oscars. I don't like judging art. And in its most pathetic form, what we do here is a version of art.
I agree with everything you said.
Art Schleister.
Also, I have always thought of us as a really number 2 show.
We are so number 2.
We are full of number 2.
We got a full bowl of 2.
On this show, you could say we're the number 2est show in America. We're America's number 2 show. You know what I mean? Like, if you want number 2, you come to us. Anywhere in America, we are the best at number 2. That's what our show does.
That's right.
We do great.
Mm-hmm. Maybe if we do more of that, we'll get back to number 1.
Make number 2 great again.
Again?
I don't know. Make number 2 number 1? No. You don't want that. You don't want number 2 going out the number. No, that doesn't even work.
Number 2 going out the number.
Well, yeah,
I've had number 1 going out the number 2. I've had that.
I want to get that plumbing check. That's good. That's a faulty pipe, I would say.
All right. Now we're down to 5.
Anyway,
we just dropped down to 5.
Thank God.
Bone's still upset about Cucho. He's even more upset.
I am.
I'll tell you why in 2 minutes. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You'll find traffic is a little slow on northbound 71 on the north side between I-70 and 11th Avenue, and expect some delay due to an accident if you're on Summit Street at Lane Avenue. This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies, offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Enjoy rates as low as 9.90% APR with a Visa Platinum credit card from BMI FCU.
The perfect low-rate card for your wallet.
Apply today at bmifcu.org/visa.
It's a different world today than it was 30 years ago when I started Care Heating and Cooling. This is Mike Weens, now the retired founder of Care Heating and Cooling with my sons, Dennis and Ryan.
Dad, 30 years ago, you were the first to warn of companies using service technicians as salespeople, of abusing the trust that a service technician has. With the big conglomerates now buying companies all over Central Ohio, this has become the normal business model.
It's all about greed. The conglomerates know they can make a lot more money by incentivizing their technicians to sell furnaces instead of fixing them. They train their techs to take advantage of a customer when they are the most vulnerable.
Dad, that is not how we were taught. In 2024, Care Heating and Cooling was awarded a BBB Torch Award for ethics and was named the Lennox Partner of the Year. You don't earn those awards by leaving cat toys behind.
Call Care Heating and Cooling at 1-800-COOLING or schedule an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com. When you need a company you can trust.
There's a lot on the line in a divorce. Your home, savings, retirement, maybe even kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce and the unexpected directions it can take, you really need a partner you can count on. I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. We're committed to helping protect your personal interests and the life you've built. Don't let divorce take more than it has to. Talk to us today.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Columbus area attorneys. 10 West Broad Street, Suite 1550, Columbus, Ohio, 43215. CordellCordell.com.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Their BMI is higher than their IQ. This is Common Man and T-Bone.
Hey, pop in the YouTube chat. It's where all our friendly idiots live. Just go to YouTube, search 971 The Fan, click on the live stream, and we're there. I just popped in. Teddy's in the chat. If you want to talk to Teddy, he's not producing the show. He's just chatting with you. Fish was also in there talking about the half-eaten donut.
Well, that's good.
And Saltine's in the chat.
Oh, good.
He says, my ex just dropped off some of my stuff while my new girlfriend was here.
Ooh.
Saltine's got some drama. First of all, are you making your new girlfriend listen to this crap, Saltine?
Yeah, that's
Are you
not
doing
great.
it to this show right now?
Also, I mean, one of the hottest scenarios you could ever have is like the ex comes over, meets the new girlfriend. At first, they don't get along, and all of a sudden, they like start to get along really well. And then they see you there and they say, well, I mean, we both know what he's got going on. Bring him in. You know, next thing you know, you're playing three-man weave. Well, you got what I'm saying. It's a little bit of a menage. That would be extraordinarily hot, would it not? Don't you think?
I don't know. Depends on what type of breakup you had.
Well, I mean, like, let's say if it was like, we're not right for each other. Then one more little roll in the hay, but now there's a new friend.
I think you've been watching too much of those.
Those
videos.
I have.
My mind didn't go there.
Really?
What happens, though, if your new girlfriend likes the old girlfriend better than you?
Hey.
Then you got nothing, right, Teddy?
That's right. It's a gamble. You know what, Ted? It's a gamble you're willing to take.
Yes.
It's Kenny Rogers. Sometimes you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, right? Just got to play the cards, see what happens.
Adam King just sent me a text message. 10 TV's
Is he
Adam
copying
King.
to chopping up the donut?
No, here's what he said, which I think is almost an admission of guilt.
I'm sure it is.
People who only eat half a donut are such idiots. What losers they are. I think he's trying he's the guy in the elevator that farted and just said, who farted?
Yeah, that's it.
Stinks in here.
You're exactly right. King, methinks thou doth protest too much. You're chopping up donuts back there, buddy. We got our culprit. It's Adam King.
All right, the Cruise general manager. How do we say this guy's name? Issa Tall. That's right. He's a tall. Says Cucho wanted to move on. Said that this is something that he wanted. He wanted to go to Spain, play for a top club, perhaps impress the national team guy over there. So they just had to. They had to move him.
Yeah, the Colombia national team, which of course would be where he's from Colombia, so that's who he would have to play for if he wants to play in the World Cup. That is coming up in a year and a half. And he said last year, after he got called in but didn't play in two of their games, he said, the coach basically told me I don't really rate MLS. I don't think MLS is that good. So, sorry, I don't really trust you to play for our team.
Which is stupid.
Well, it is stupid, right? There's better players here than there used to be. And there's been, by the way, like the Argentina, they had dudes from MLS that starred for their team when they won the World Cup.
I was going to say, that's stupid.
It is stupid. But that's what this guy thinks. So Cucho said, if there's a chance to go to like a top 3 or 4 league over in Europe, let me know. And so 3 days before the transfer deadline in Spain, that's when Real Betis called up and said, all right, we're interested. Let's work out a deal. They started, Mike, south of $10 million. Not
south of $10 million.
They paid $10 million to get this guy over here, to get Cucho here from England when he was playing for Watford. That's what it took to get him to play for the Crew. And now you're telling me the Spain team calls up and says, we don't even know if we could do $10 million for him. Are you kidding me? He's like an MVP level guy. They won a trophy every year he was here. What are we talking about? So then Isatal says, all right, well, we can't. $10 million, that's way lower than we thought. Now, I don't know exactly how it went, but if Isatal didn't look at the phone and say, call me back when there's a 3 in front of that number, you bleeping bleep, and then hung up the phone, then I don't know what we're doing here. Now, you're not going to get $30 million for him, but it should have been,
that's what you say you want.
So then the rest of this article is Isatal being like, yeah, so we worked really hard to get the biggest number we could, and we did right by the player. And I want you to know, we did right by Cucho. We did the best thing for Cucho. Cucho was very happy that we were able to work this out. And again, I want to stress how much we did this for Cucho. And it's like, at some point, my man, you need to get the most for the crew. And if they come back, they did this 3 days before the deadline for a reason. It's a negotiating tactic. And what they wanted to do was lowball you, and it worked. There's no way that this should have happened with Cucho Hernandez. He should have been here if the offer was no more than $16 million. And I remain unconvinced by this. Taylor Twellman, lots of other people I've seen posting this saying, well, you know, he just wants to play in the World Cup. That's all he cares about. You know why? Because you offered him $3 million. And that's it. It's not good enough. If you offered him $10 million, he might say, World Cups, they come and go. Who cares? $10 million a year? I'm staying with the crew. How in the world did the Haslam's not pony up the money for this guy? It makes no sense to me. So I don't buy the premise that you couldn't have thrown any money at him and he wouldn't have stayed here. You have to do something better than what you were offering him. That's why he wanted to go try it over in Europe, to go back and try to get it with the World Cup, because he's trying to find a way to make more money.
I'm sorry. Would you like half a donut?
I'd like there to be a plan with the crew, because I don't know. They got like 3 weeks till the season starts, and this roster is thin.
Well, I just saw that Christian Ramirez is out.
Yeah.
He's going to the LA Galaxy.
Right. So the initial thought was, well, you've still got Diego Rossi, you've got Christian Ramirez. Well, now you don't have Christian Ramirez. So now, like, I don't know what the crew have been doing this offseason.
You know what? There is a
they haven't made any transfers that of note. So
maybe they're cooking something up. All right, let's just let them live for a little while.
They can't cook anything up though until the summer now, because the transfer window closed. So
maybe they're
no one from Europe can come over here until at least the summer. So
they're developing their own cyberborg.
Cyberborg?
Cyborg. I don't know why I said cyberborg. Hey, I'm Bob Capace for Cyberborg.
Yeah, where's Bob Capace in all this anyway?
He's not involved in this.
I know, but he could have gotten involved, is what I'm saying. The man makes moves.
Oh, so it's
not his fault. I'm just saying, I bet you this, if Bob Capace had heard of this, he would have done something. Just like he did when saleswoman Amy fell over in her driveway. He came right to the rescue. I think he would have gotten involved, and he would have, if Bob Capace was involved, he would have gotten Cucho to stay.
She's got a life alert necklace, but it doesn't go to a 911 center. It just goes to Bob Capace's house. She pressed the button. He came.
She's like, hello, I fell down. I need your help. And also, I would like a set of diamond earrings, if you can.
Of course he can. He's Bob Capace.
From?
Worthington Jewelers.
All right, good. Where's that located?
It's right on High Street in downtown Worthington.
Oh, Worthington. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to make sure.
I had a momentary brain fart yesterday when I said Westerville and State Street, because that's where Torg used to live.
Sure. It's easy to confuse the two.
Well, it is, because I also get my C rings from Torg. Hey, how you doing? Gently used. Gently used.
You ever get one engraved?
Only when I'm wearing it.
Oh, good. They do that for you. You just flop it on the counter and they just engrave it right there, huh?
That's right.
All right, now let's hold this down. Got to hold still. Hold still.
A lot of flopping. Hey, sure. It's Wildcard Wednesday.
That's right.
Please do tweet us at Man and Bone 971. Text the burner phone 614-787-3093. No one cares about Columbus, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm going to tell you why coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're going to find traffic is moving a little slow on eastbound 70 on the east side between Hamilton Road and 270. And you're going to hit a couple minutes slowdown on northbound 71 on the north side between 670 and 11th Avenue. This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies, offering national LTE coverage and no subscriptions ever. A great alternative to a mobile phone for your kids. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
At Metal Supermarkets, we're all about getting you and your crew to quit in time sooner. That's why our service is a cut above. You see, no matter the project, we'll get you to the right metal, shape, and grade. Cut to any size, ready real fast. And yeah, we'll deliver, leaving plenty of time for the important things, like opening an ice-cold can of aluminum. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience store for metal.
For a limited time at Speedway, get 2 big pizza slices and your favorite Coca-Cola 20-ounce for only $5 with Speedy Rewards. Choose from Classic 3-Cheese, Pepperoni, or Extreme Meat Pizza. Save big with the $5 meal deal with Speedy Rewards. Only at Speedway. Valid through 3/4/25. See app for full terms.
At Logan Services, we know how important your home comfort is, and that's why we're proud to offer free HVAC inspections. Through our free inspection, you'll get a thorough assessment of your heating and cooling system to identify any potential issues that can impact your home, your energy bills, and even your health. The assessment is free and only takes an hour of your time. It's the fast, friendly service that you've come to expect from our team at Logan Services.
Hey friends, Beamer here, and yes, I have a new update for you. I know you're thinking one of these weeks I'll put up a goose egg, but not yet, not with Awaken 180. Another 4.8 pounds down last week with Awaken 180, and if you're following along, it's sure fun for me. 42 pounds in just 8 weeks. Let's put weight aside. I've stopped snoring thanks to Awaken 180, and what does that mean? Happy wife, happy life. Plus, bonus, I wake up feeling great because I'm actually sleeping through the night. Energy levels high, less pain in my knees, and now I'm able to play at the little gym with Willie and throw him up and down and watch him be a crazy man. I know most of these messages talk about how much weight I'm losing, but it's more about what losing weight is making me win in every other area of my life. For the big game this weekend, I'm pumped. Wings, meatballs, adult beverages, everything's still on the table while losing weight with Awaken 180. Let them show you how easy it is and give Awaken 180 a call. 844-346-1800. That's 844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com.
At NJM Insurance, we're like a symphony. It all starts by doing the right thing. Add in dedicated reps and put policyholders first. But no jingles or mascots because it's just not us. Insurance underwritten by NJM Insurance Company and its subsidiaries.
Common Man here for Universal Windows Direct. It's time for the Love Your Windows sales event. If you buy 2 windows, you get 2 free, and there's no limit. So if you need 20 windows, you only pay for 10. It's the perfect way to save big while upgrading your home. And that's not all. Universal Windows Direct is offering no interest financing for 3 years. That's 36 months of easy payments with 0% interest. And if you already have a price from another company, Universal Windows Direct will beat it. So you know you're getting the best deal around. Call them today, 614-502-5220, universalwindowsdirect.com.
The Buckeye Show.
I'm never going to be I would rather lose every game of the season if I can beat Michigan. That's absurd. So you're just an idiot.
The Buckeye Show.
Presented by Coors Light and sponsored by CareSource.
Weeknights at 6 on The Fan.
I'm Rick Riker. Fast Start February is when Reichert Ford turns it up. Reichert Ford needs to sell 300 new Fords this month, so we are cutting amazing deals like this. Lease a new 2024 Hybrid F-150 for just $599 a month for 36 months, 0 down. Or lease new 2024 Bronco Sport for just $399 a month for 36 months. Also, 0 down. And every new Ford comes with Reichert Ford's exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty. Reichert Ford has new vehicles coming in every day. Hundreds of new Fords arrived just last month alone, and hundreds more are set to arrive right now. So race into Reichert Ford for Fast Start February, the largest volume Ford dealer in Ohio at Route 33 and Hamilton Road, 2 minutes off 270, and at ReichertFord.com. Based on 2024 Ford report for total new retail sales. Cincinnati region. Leases on approved credit. No security deposit required. Ends 3/1. Come in now. We're dealing.
Get the right car at Reichert.
We're dealing.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric, and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep your home comfortable. The Fan.
Extra large, extra stupid. This is Man and Bone.
Subscribe to the podcast of this stupid show. It's available wherever you get your stupid audio. Just search Common Man and T-Bone. Click. Subscribe. Every single show comes right to your device free of charge. The podcast is brought to you by our friends, Care Heating and Cooling. We have as much confirmation as humanly possible. I just talked to Nicole Sheeran from 10 TV. I just talked to Dom Taberi. It's Adam King.
Oh, okay.
And he didn't just cut it in half. He took 3/4 of it and left a little quarter, which is even worse.
What are we doing?
It's even worse.
What are we doing? Now, I know some people may be screaming at their car radio and saying, guys, he's just taking a sample. He didn't want to take the whole thing. What if someone else wanted to try it? Listen to me. There are 2 boxes worth of donuts in here. That means there's 24 of these things. We don't have that many people who work here, and everybody's taking like 1 donut. I myself have taken 5, and there's still plenty left. I'm just saying, there's plenty of donuts. He didn't have to cut it so that other people can sample.
It's not a sample platter. No. Okay? It's not a little Timbit. You either take a donut or you don't have a donut.
Exactly right. Yeah,
and if you're one of these people that think that we're wrong, then you're wrong. You're the problem with society.
Yeah.
It's Wildcard Wednesday. I am
so frustrated by this.
Fall down.
Yeah.
Give me something.
Well, all right.
Come on.
Hang on.
Put me in a better mood.
Okay. This one comes from Craig. I don't know, Craig, who says, my guys. He includes a picture. I will read this passage of this book in a moment. He says, I saw this in a Pete Rose biography. Please ask Rimmer about why they didn't use his name in the book. Was he not offered enough in royalties? My good friend Pete and I sparked a mealy, is what he says in the tweet. Now, here's the passage. I don't know what biography of Pete Rose this is from, but this is from a real book where it says, yet for Pete, life felt temporary in Canada and a little sad. This is talking about his time with the Expos. On the same night that Francona injured his knee, Terry Francona, I believe, played there when Pete did.
That's right.
Pete grabbed an Expos broadcaster in the clubhouse, pushed him up against a locker, and ripped the man's shirt, sparking a melee.
This is Rimmer. This is him.
Pete was angry about being misquoted in a radio editorial. He lived an isolated life in a hotel suite with his girlfriend, Carol, and almost no one else. And he struggled on the field again, hobbled by injuries.
First of all, Rimmer, known for his acid tongue. I mean, when he gave it to you, there was no coming back.
No, but Craig, that's exactly right. That is Rims 100%. Good find on that. That's awesome.
And I don't know why he's not mentioned by name.
Well, maybe the researcher was just like, yeah, some guy. And he doesn't know that that some guy is legendary broadcaster, interviewer of Muhammad Ali and countless other celebrities.
Or the writer doesn't care.
Jeff Rimmer.
The writer says nothing is added to the story by saying the person's name because no one cares.
You know, it just dawned on me. Rimmer could be in lots of biographies, right? Like, they're going to do biographies if they haven't already. I'm sure multiple ones have already been written about Larry King. Someone's going to do a biography about him if they haven't. And there's going to be stories. Anybody that knew from that time would be like, oh, yeah. And then maybe they'll do the same thing. They'll say Larry King and his loser broadcast buddy used to drive around. I don't know if they need to put. Why do they put loser in there, Ted? That's just so rude to Rimmer. That's not nice.
They also said similar to Bob Uecker, but not as talented.
Not as talented. This loser broadcaster would hang around for Larry King's sloppy seconds.
Right, yeah. I can see if they write one about Michael Bublé. You know, they will say, like, Michael Bublé used to receive numerous text messages showing genitalia from an aging hockey broadcaster. You know, they won't say who, but they'll just, it's just there. And then you'll be like, who is this aging hockey broadcaster?
Hey, The Athletic did their annual survey of NHL players, in-season survey. And the reason I say no one cares about Columbus, and that's a good thing, is because they barely show up here. And here's a question. If you have a no-trade list, what's the first team on it? Number 1 with a bullet, the Winnipeg Jets.
Really?
Getting 48.78% of the vote. Number 2 with 19%, Buffalo. Then it's San Jose, Calgary, Ottawa, Anaheim, New York Rangers. and then 10.98% with other. However, the Blue Jackets did not even get a vote in the other category, which goes to, and I say this all the time.
Yes.
Because I hear from some of you losers out there, they're like, oh, none of the big stars want to come play here. If they don't want to come play here, it's because of the organization. It's not because of the city of Columbus. Not even one vote, 82 responses from current NHL players. Not one person said, oh, Columbus is first on my list. I won't go there.
Right. And I feel like that, I'm sure they could find plenty of people over the years who did say, no thanks, I don't want to go to Columbus. But the reputation about this city and about this fan base has gotten around, don't you think?
Absolutely.
Everything you ever hear people talk about when it comes to the Jackets around the country is how both countries, Canada and the U.S., is how great the fans are here. That's the Spit and Chicklets guys. When they did a thing a few weeks ago where they were talking about this, great season the Jackets have been having and how surprising it is. And they said, mark it down. There's no better story in the NHL than this. And those fans deserve it because those are some of the best fans in hockey. And I mean, I'm telling you, that is not just an opinion those guys hold or we little homers here hold. That is a real thing that around the NHL they have to be getting.
What coach would you like to play for? Would you most like to play for other than your own? John Cooper, Tampa Bay head coach, number one. Clear number one. Paul Maurice, Rod Brindamore is on here. Dean Evison does come in.
Oh?
He gets 1.89% of the vote, but it's enough to show on here. So at least someone said Dean Evison.
That's good.
What coach would you least like to play for? Now, I laughed about this one because Tortorella's number one on this list with a bullet. But number 3 on this list is a guy who's not even coaching, and it's Mike Babcock.
Well, that almost seems preemptive, doesn't it? Where it's like, hey, just FYI, in case anyone gets any bright ideas anytime soon, don't even think about it. No one wants to play for this guy. He sucks.
Which NHL team has the best facilities for opposing teams? The newer arenas are the ones that are on here. Red Wings, Kraken, Oilers, Knights, Islanders. Those are all new facilities. The Jackets are not mentioned. I wouldn't expect them to. What NHL team has the worst facilities? Carolina Hurricanes, number one with a bullet. 65% of the votes went to Carolina. The Nationwide Arena did not get one vote. So they're not the worst.
All right. Well, there you go.
Not the best, not the worst.
That's fine. I'll take it.
And here's a question I don't like. Do you like the idea of an in-season tournament like the NBA's? I would assume these players would say no, and they did, but it wasn't as drastic as I thought it was going to be. No got 54% of the vote. Yes got 45% of the vote.
Wow.
It's closer than I thought.
That is surprising.
Well, and the answers really were about, hey, if we can make money on it, that means the revenue's going to go up, the cap's going to go up, we make more money. So
all right,
it was based on that.
I mean, at the end of the day, with the NBA in-season tournament, they're not really playing extra games. It's just putting a different emphasis on certain games and saying these ones count for a different tournament. But the players being told, yeah, you could make more money and you don't have to do anything really extra other than maybe like the semifinal or the final. You may have 2 extra games, but then they knock a couple off your schedule anyway when you do that in the NBA.
I don't want it. The hockey in-season tournament has purple ice. So you know it's a tournament game when you tune in.
No, they bring back the puck tracker that Fox tried to do 30 years ago, right? That little laser beam. They put that on the puck during the game.
Is the season too long? 58.33% say no. 41.67% say yes. Some people said the preseason's too long. Should Gary Bettman retire? 54% said yes. 45% said no. So anyway,
all right.
Little interesting thing about what's going through the players' minds as they head to the break for the Not First Nations Tour tournament. What is it called? Four Nations. Four Nations. Why do I want to say First Nations?
Well, First Nation is what you call people who are native, like in Canada. That's their term for, like, we call Native Americans. They say First Nations, either way. And then you're conflating that with Four Nations, which just means there are 4 countries who are represented in this tournament. That's all.
It's almost like I'm stupid.
Well, me too.
Hey, Jake Diebler was in the studio today, and you will hear from the coach coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got some slower traffic on southbound 270 on the east outer belt from Livingston Avenue to I-70, and expect a slowdown on westbound 670 between 71 and 3rd Street. This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies, offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Business owners can keep in touch with up to 200 staff members at one time. Go to rapidradios.com now for up to 60% off and free shipping. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic sponsored by The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Visit The Waterworks online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. I want to tell you about my new obsession, Daisy French Onion Dip. One of my guilty pleasures during football season is eating dip with chips and wings and even veggies while watching the big game. And now Daisy came out with Daisy French Onion Dip and Daisy Ranch Dip. These are a game changer. As good as homemade dip, and they've got real herbs and spices. Ingredients you'd find right in your own kitchen. Next time you're watching a big game, before you do, stop at the store and grab these new Daisy French Onion or Daisy Ranch dips.
Hey guys, Anthony Rothman here. Let's talk about getting you back to your best. If you lack energy, muscle mass, feel moody, or have low libido, it could be low testosterone. You need to know your T level, so get tested. Testosterone therapy or TRT may be your answer, and you'll find true experts at Low T Center. And for current patients, Low T Center offers a $150 credit when you refer a new patient. Go to lowtcenter.com to book the appointment. That's lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Come into your local AAA Car Care Plus and save $90 on select sets of Ford Continental tires. Only at AAA Car Care Plus locations. And on the plus side, AAA members save more. Offer ends February 15th. See store for details.
Come cheer on the Ohio State Buckeyes men's basketball team as they take on the Maryland Terrapins at the Shot on February 6th. Don't miss out on themed games, unforgettable fan experiences, and the ultimate Buckeye traditions. Buy your tickets now at ohiostatebuckeyes.com.
Hey, it's Scotty Vegas. This Sunday is the big game. Don't blame me. This will be much easier if I could say the has finally come. Parties, football, drinks, food, all the festivities we welcome every February. The question is, what if you're trying to lose weight but still enjoy watching the with friends? The answer? Nothing. As I've told you before, Awaken 180 is built for real-life scenarios. The reason I succeeded, Austin succeeded, and Brandon is now well on his way, the program works. Eat wings and meatballs while watching the have a beverage while betting on the live your life while enjoying the I think you get the point. Whether you're in the weight loss phase or in free lifelong maintenance like me, Awaken 180 won't get in the way of enjoying the big game. Reserve your consultation today at awaken180weightloss.com. That's awaken180weightloss.com.
If your neighbors have begged you to somehow move your ugly garage door to the back of your house, we are Deluxe Door Systems. For 30 years, transforming the look of people's homes with beautiful Clopay doors for less than you think. DeluxeStoreSystems.com.
The New Year's celebration is come and gone, but my friends at Germain Honda of Dublin are still offering those great deals. Rich is sticking with rates starting as low as 0% and leases starting from only $249 a month. Test drive the Prologue, the new all-electric SUV from Honda. And how about the very popular CR-V LX all-wheel drive? A 25 lease is only $349 a month for 36 months with $19.99 down. See the dealer for all these amazing details. Germain Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road, just south of 270.
Only one football game left this season makes me sad. But watching that last game at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus makes me very happy. Scotty Vegas, and we're throwing a super watch party for the big game February 9th. Reserve your table at HollywoodColumbus.com. Come early for a live sports betting show at 5. Stay for the game with prizes and prop contests. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 21 years or older to enter. See you at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook for a Super Sunday.
Common Man here. I've told you about my friends at Sell for 1% Realtors. I am back to remind you that if you're thinking about selling your home, it should not cost you 6% to do it. Their premise is almost too good to be true. They sell your home for 1% commission, not 6%. That's it. I had to check it out for myself, see if it was legit. I met with the family-run business here in Central Ohio. They will give you everything you expect from any realtor for a whole lot less. This is full service, not discount. They literally do everything that a realtor who charges you 6% is going to do, and probably more. They can do it it? Because they use today's technology, which has made the realtor's job easier, taking photos, signing documents on your phone. And instead of keeping their prices the same like everybody else does, they pass the savings on to you because they know you're going to be happy with the service. Tell a friend, they get more business. Oh, what a novel concept. If I knew about these guys 10 years ago, I would have saved a boatload of money. On average, customers save about $10,000 in commissions. If you're selling, give my guys a call. 614-451-6616. Sellfor1%.com.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here from Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric. Announcing our $99 home preventive maintenance checkup. It's getting cold out there. Carpenter and Bryant will do whatever it takes to get you ready for the winter months. Check out Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric at carpentercolumbus.com.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. I'm Paul Keels. It appears that Ryan Day may have filled one of his coaching vacancies on the Ohio State staff. Reports out there that he is set to hire Tyler Bowen as the new offensive line coach. Bowen has been the offensive coordinator at Virginia Tech for the last 3 years. College hoops tonight. The 8th-ranked Ohio State women's basketball team with a big challenge. They face undefeated and top-ranked UCLA this evening at Pauley Pavilion in Los Angeles. 9:30 tip-off on ESPN Columbus 1460. Golf, the U.S. Open announcing today an exemption category for one player from the top 3 in the LIV Tour at the midway point of their season. This makes the Open the first major event to clear a path for LIV players. This would benefit the leading player who is not already exempt. This update brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Enjoy this Sunday's game while dropping with Awaken 180. Wings, meatballs, drinks, all on the menu. Awaken180weightloss.com. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Dumb, very dumb. This is Man and Bone.
Happy Wednesday. It is Wildcard Wednesday. What do you got, Boner?
Let's see. I have a few people. Well, this one comes from Tony saying, you got to try this. It's so good. It's that Grater's Skyline Chili ice cream. Now, Timmy and I
had it, didn't you?
Timmy and I tried it last week. Well, not everybody hears every show every day. Sorry. I wish they did. But you weren't here when we tried it. I would be curious to get your thoughts on it because it is cinnamon. I thought it was very delicious. Doesn't taste anything like Skyline Chili. Not that Skyline Chili's bad. It's just, it's not ice cream flavor. It's not something I want in ice cream, but still a very good ice cream. I think if you haven't tried that Skyline Chili one, it's good. I recommend it. But
and it's got the chunks of the, like, crackery thing.
Yeah, it's got oyster crackers just in it, not chunks. It's just a whole, like, oyster cracker is in it.
Okay.
So,
I mean, it's cinnamon ice cream. How bad can it be?
It's very good. I like it.
I want beans and pasta, little pieces of beef.
No, thanks. I don't want that.
Beef bits.
With some cheese in there? No.
Yes, top it with some cheese.
Oh, no, that sounds gross. Bob says, have you seen...
Bob Capace?
No, maybe. Bob says, have you seen Randy Quaid's insane new video on his Twitter? Figured you would have talked about it by now, GTH.
Yes, we have seen it. And I was actually all gung-ho about making a funny video, like a spoof video, but somebody here didn't want to do it.
Yeah, you wanted to do... Okay, for those who don't know what this video is, it's the actor Randy Quaid, who has literally gone insane, I think, at this point.
He's
sitting in front of a microphone with a camera talking about how he's got all the dirt on, I guess, Fox, I think is what he's yelling about, like the network.
Because
Fox.
it's all about Rupert Murdoch.
Right. And so then he's talking about all this stuff. And behind him the entire time is a woman sitting there in a bikini.
And sunglasses on.
With sunglasses on. And she's just looking straight ahead, not reacting to anything he's doing. And then at one point he says, well, Rupert, you think you're going to screw me? Well, I'm going to screw you. And then he says, get over here, honey. And then this woman gets up. He gives her a mask, a paper mask of Rupert Murdoch's face with the eye holes cut out. She puts it on, bends over in front of him, and then he proceeds to do something that at least simulates a sexual act. Let's put it that way.
And so I wanted to do a thing where you are Randy Quaid and you're ranting about Herbie.
Yeah.
And I'm behind you in a bikini with sunglasses on.
Yes.
You then call me over. I put a Herbie mask on, and you do it to me.
Right.
But you didn't want to do it.
Well, here's the thing. We work in an audio medium, and I figured our spoof would get seen more than the actual video of this crazy person, and people would just say, what the hell are they doing? And then everyone will have to ask Kirk Herbstreit, do you like it how the Columbus radio guys are?
Good! I hope they go to him and say, hey, man, have you seen this video of some fat guy in a bikini wearing a mask of you?
And there's fatter guy is behind him?
Say it. That's gold, baby. That's gold. Teddy, you would have been happy to produce that, right? You would have had your beret on. Off to the side, like, no, I need more lighting over here.
No, you would have needed Christoph for that, I think.
Yeah. Mostly, I didn't want to see you in a bikini. That was the real reason I didn't want to do it.
I'm willing to go the extra length for comedy. I'm sad. I'm sad that you're not.
I know. I appreciate that. Here's another one. Anon says, what grunge era band do you feel deserves way more credit than they get? I wonder how we would take this question because, so a band like Dinosaur Jr., you're aware of them, right?
Yes.
Very good band, very influential band.
Yes.
If you don't know about them, Kurt Cobain, very much influenced by Dinosaur Jr. Tom York, very much influenced by Dinosaur Jr. That's, if you're not keeping track, Nirvana and Radiohead, influenced by this band. So they get a lot of credit for being influential, but I actually, I think their stuff is just really good. If you've not listened to it, you maybe have listened to all these bands that kind of derived from that, but those guys I thought were really good, and they get more credit for being pioneers and not also just really fun to listen to themselves. So that's one I would throw out.
Yeah, I don't know if that's interesting. I contend that Pearl Jam is the greatest American rock band of all time. Okay. And I feel like people like Pearl Jam, but I don't think they get necessarily the credit that they deserve. I like it. So I guess that. Maybe like a Screaming Trees.
Oh, Screaming Trees are great. Yeah.
And a lot of these bands, I'm not saying this for Dinosaur Jr., because quite frankly, I don't know. A lot of these bands are victims of their own nefarious habits, too.
Sure.
It's we could have been bigger, but we couldn't stop the heroin.
Right. Yeah. It took away from some of their years where they could have actually done even more material or have put out better albums. To your point, Pearl Jam remains putting out good stuff. They have put out good stuff every few years for the last 30 years. That in and of itself is quite an accomplishment, right?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about Cobain, and what I'm about to say is going to upset people. And I like Nirvana a lot, but you don't know. I mean, the guy had 3 albums in him.
Well, who knows what he had in him, but we never got to find out.
That's exactly right.
Sadly, he passed away.
He could have had 20, maybe. Right?
Yeah, of course.
Maybe we're talking about him and his longevity and his ability to adapt over time. Or we're just talking about a guy that had 3 albums in him. Yeah. I don't know the answer to that.
Can I ask this question about Foo Fighters? Do we consider them grunge?
No. I don't think they consider themselves grunge.
That's interesting, though, because I would say they and Pearl Jam sound like most of their later stuff sounds to me very similar.
I don't even... See, I hate that term, though. I hate the term grunge. See, to me, Pearl Jam's a rock band.
Well, they're all rock bands, right? It's just a style of rock.
Really?
No, they're all... I mean, it's all a style of rock. Rock is the big category. Grunge, metal,
yeah, but how do you define... It's like defining new metal, right? Nobody wants to be included in new metal, even though they're clearly new metal bands.
Absolutely right.
Right? It's oh, well, other bands are new metal. Not really us, though. It's no, sorry, Stained. You're new metal.
Well, I personally would call Stained butt rock, but sure, fair enough.
But what I'm saying is, how do you classify? It's well, this is grunge, but this is rock. And this is new metal, but it's not grunge.
And then you get into post-grunge, pre-emo, all the, Sunny Day Real Estate. They come from the grunge world.
Post-punk.
But they're considered more like an emo band, but not really like the emo bands like My Chemical Romance. They influence those bands. So it's, this is all...
And then there are grunge people that are well, Alice in Chains not really grunge because they were banging back in the late 80s, and they started as a glam band, and it's okay. Right. So I don't know what we're doing. I don't know how to define anything.
No, I know. It does get very murky there. I will throw this one out at you. You mentioned new metal. I think one of the bands that always has that issue is System of a Down, where people will say they do not want to be known as a new metal band. Guys,
Nobody does.
You're new metal.
I know, but
and there's nothing wrong with that.
That's fine.
I
Embrace
like it.
I like it too.
System of a Down, one of my favorite bands of all time. I also contend the opposite of this question. Who's a bit like the question was, who's a grunge band that you think didn't get enough credit or, should have been bigger? I will say with System of a Down, they blow my mind that they ever got as big as they did. I like them a lot. I think their sound is unique. I've never heard anything like them. And I am shocked that, you go now and look at their Spotify, they have 20 million monthly listeners. They're on par with anybody out there. They're still getting people to listen to that. And it's something that is so weird for a lot of people, but they hit in such a way that I don't think anyone could have ever predicted. I still don't understand how it happened. I'm glad it did because I like them, but I'm just shocked that they got as big as they did.
I love Oasis, right? Oasis played on those same radio stations.
Yeah.
Right? If you're listening in 1995 to an alternative radio station that's playing Nirvana, they're also playing Don't Look Back in Anger or Champagne Supernova.
Sure.
They're not grunge. They're Britpop.
Yeah.
But it's a rock band.
They're all, yeah.
It's a rock band.
Yeah, it's definitely like British influenced rock. They have pop hooks for sure.
Sure.
But you know what else has pop hooks? Smells Like Teen Spirit. That's why it was
absolutely.
That's why it got big.
Right.
Anyway, tune into our new podcast called
No One Cares. All right, Jake Diebler.
I could talk about that stuff all day long.
People do care about Jake Diebler. We care about Jake Diebler. He's got a big game, revenge game tomorrow night. He stopped in here today. You'll hear from him coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You can expect a 5-minute delay on westbound 670 between Grandview Avenue and I-70. And traffic is moving slowly on southbound 315 between 670 and Town Street. This report is sponsored by AEP Ohio. Falling behind on your electric bill? AEP Ohio can help with payment assistance programs. Take their quick 2-minute survey to find your options. Visit aepohio.com/billhelp today to get started. That's aepohio.com/billhelp. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
For a limited time at Speedway, get 2 big pizza slices and your favorite Coca-Cola 20-ounce for only $5 with Speedy Rewards. Choose from Classic 3 Cheese, Pepperoni, or Extreme Meat Pizza. Save big with the $5 meal deal with Speedy Rewards. Only at Speedway. Valid through 3/4/25. See app for full terms.
Come cheer on the Ohio State Buckeyes men's basketball team as they take on the Maryland Terrapins at the Shot on February 6th. Don't miss out on themed games, unforgettable fan experiences, and the ultimate Buckeye traditions. Buy your tickets now at ohiostatebuckeyes.com.
QC Kinetics not only has the latest non-invasive treatments for joint pain relief, but they also have one of the most respected names in sports medicine, serving as their medical director. That's Dr. Ray Tesner.
As the founder of Sports Medicine Grant and a classically trained orthopedic surgeon, it's exciting to be involved with the latest advances in regenerative medicine and QC Kinetics.
Well, QC Kinetics is making a huge difference in the quality of my life and others as well.
As folks already know, Bobby Carpenter and Sat Sullinger are sports legends in Columbus. QC Kinetics has already made a big difference in their lives, and also for Bobby's father, Rob Carpenter, a 10-year NFL veteran.
And the QC Kinetics team are seasoned medical professionals.
One of the cool things about being the medical director of QC Kinetics is the privilege I have of working with our staff, who have 15 years of experience in regenerative medicine.
You could be next. Go to QCkinetics.com/Columbus and call QC Kinetics today for your complete complimentary consultation, 380-208-4544.
If your garage door is so lopsided that it looks like it could open from the left to the right, we are Deluxe Door Systems. For 30 years, transforming the look of people's homes with beautiful Clopay doors for less than you think. DeluxeStoreSystems.com.
Scotty Vegas here. Big game this Sunday, which means parties, drinks, and food. The exact scenario Awaken 180 was built for. Why? Because you eat to lose weight. Do it once, enjoy the process, then receive free support for life. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Sarah, Happy New Year. You look amazing. How are things with you and Mark?
Lisa, I can't thank you enough for telling me about Columbus Men's Clinic. We've totally rediscovered each other. He's working out, and we're doing more as a family than laying around watching TV.
I told you, they're incredible. My husband and I had the same experience. It's like having that spark all over again, isn't it?
Exactly. It's more than the physical. It's the connection, the energy. It's the best gift we could have given ourselves.
This new year, make the resolution that changes it all. Columbus Men's Clinic brings you proven options for ED, low testosterone, and enhancement. Reignite your drive, rebuild your confidence, and show up in the moments that matter most.
Here's to more love and more joy in the year ahead. Cheers to that.
Book your appointment today at columbusmensclinic.com or dial 614-300-7400. That's columbusmensclinic.com or dial 614-300-7400. Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
Football season is here, and we have so much stuff. One station isn't enough. Find even more Pigskin on ESPN Columbus.
Set your second preset to AM 1460 or 97.1 FM HD2, or listen on the Fan app.
Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy houses as is, fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you if you could simply take what you wanted and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, rental portfolios. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Call TurboTrack Realty today for an all-cash offer and speak with one of our friendly staff members at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Amazon Business offers smart business buying solutions, so you can spend more time growing your business and less time doing the admin. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Scattered showers of rain and freezing rain moving in early tonight into about midnight. That's why we have a 10 weather impact alert through midnight tonight. We'll see temperatures moderating once we get past that to around 40 degrees by Thursday morning. In between, chance of a shower or thunderstorm before sunrise on Thursday. Into Thursday afternoon, mostly cloudy skies, breezy and milder with highs in the low 50s and staying dry for the rest of the day. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
ESPN Bet is the official sports book of Common Man and T-Bone. On your phone or in person at Hollywood Casino Columbus. The Fan.
Back when I was banging, this show slapped. Whatever the hell that means. You're listening to Common Man and T-Bone.
Means nothing. Name dropping with Jeff Rimmer coming up at 5:30. He's good to go. It is Wildcard Wednesday. All right, let's hear from Jake Diebler. Jake Diebler came into the studio today. He was talking to our friends on Morning Juice. And, he was asked, like, hey, do you guys think about the possibility of playing in the tournament? Because, the coach speak is always, wow, we don't think about that. We don't read the things. Next game up, that's all we care about. But in reality, it's not real. Are these guys talking about if we do the things we're supposed to do, we're going to be playing in the NCAA tournament next month?
Well, I think what we've talked about is we've positioned ourselves to play big time meaningful games. Yeah. And that's important, right? Program belongs there, certainly, no question. So we talked about, hey, like, now's the time. Now's the time for us to take that next step. And, we got to keep progressing through this month. But this essentially, right, we're starting to build up into the best time of college basketball. Everything we've been working on since June is for this time. And so we haven't talked, in detail about the tournament, but we've talked about, and are going to embrace how meaningful these games are. There's no question.
You have a bunch of games. Every game in the conference is meaningful, but you've got Maryland coming in here on paper, ranked number 18. They beat you by 30-something points on their home floor. It was a blowout from get-go. It was embarrassing. You have to win this game tomorrow night. Then you go to Nebraska, which, by the way, they're fine. But that's always a tough place to go and play because that's a small place and their fans turn out. You're at home against Washington. You're at home against Michigan. You're at home against Northwestern. You got to stack up some victories here.
Yeah, there's no question in my mind that the way this team has played at times this year, they have the ability, if they lock in on defense, if they can knock down their shots, and if they don't do self-inflicted wounds, they can be a tournament team. Do you question that? Like if they play to the ability that exists on this roster, they can be a playoff team. But it's that consistency thing is going to be the ultimate question for me.
If you beat Maryland, you go to Nebraska and you win, and then you can take 2 of these 3, Washington, Michigan, Northwestern, and then just sort of finish 500 the rest of the way. You're in.
Yeah,
you're in the tournament.
My point is they're not going to do that if they're getting like down the stretch like they did this past weekend against Illinois when they had a lead on the road.
No, I know.
And they can't hit the broadside of a barn. They can't
absolutely.
Rebound. Like this is where I'm saying if the consistency can dial in, then yeah, I think they very much have the talent to be a tournament team.
But that was a tough game. They had played well in the first half. They played well the previous couple games as well. So I'm not going to knock them as much for that second half at Illinois. But this is definitely a stretch that you need. They have big-time wins on their resume. You know, there are certain times where you look at a 20-win team and it's like, well, they got 20 wins, but who'd they beat? Nobody. This team's beat people.
Yeah, if they get to 20 wins, I think clearly everybody's going to notice what they've done, and then they'll have, the amount of wins you need to be considered for the tournament. Then the Big Ten tourney all of a sudden becomes you win a few games there and you're definitely in.
And again, here's what they're looking at. They're looking at who it was when you played them, right? So you start off the season, you got a win over a ranked team, number 19 Texas. Okay?
Yeah.
Beat Texas. Who else did they beat? They beat Kentucky, who at the time, they just beat them, beat the crap out of them.
Yeah.
Who at the time was the number 4 team in the country. Beat Kentucky. You have a win on the road against number 11 Purdue.
Yeah.
We just had that recently.
Huge win.
So you have those victories that you can point to. You just have to be consistent enough when you're not playing those caliber of teams. That's when we've had problems here.
Well, and you got to do things. You got to take the game that they offer you too. Timmy and I were talking about this, and he made a great point about that Illinois game. They suddenly switched to a zone, midway through that second half,
and they didn't adapt.
No, and then you've got basically no one able to cut into the lane and hit a mid-range jumper, and it's like I know those guys can do it. It's just that's something that you have to read quicker. And they were taking some of those shots, to be fair, but you got to knock them down. And if you can't hit those shots when they're giving them to you, then you're not going to beat a team like Illinois on the road. So now the consistency, it's that next step of development. I think you can establish when this team plays the defense that it's capable of, and when their shooters are getting going, when the scoring is happening, then you've got a real chance. But if you're not taking smart shots, if you're putting up bad looks because you can't hit the shots they're giving you, it's going to be tough. So that's, to me, the big question. The consistency level is the next thing we got to see.
Home against Maryland, ranked number 18. Pregame coverage starts 6 o'clock tomorrow. Big one tomorrow night. All right, it's Wildcard Wednesday.
Chip Dip says, my poll stars. Is there a personality trait or quirk?
Hey, Kirk.
Yeah. A personality trait or quirk or anything that would make the most attractive woman in the world suddenly unattractive to you. #GTH. Well, Chip Dip, if I found out she liked volleyball. I'm kidding.
Stop.
I know Chip is a big volleyball fan. I'm just kidding. I actually think volleyball is a great sport.
You know what I have a real problem with?
What's that?
Nail biting.
Oh, nail biting.
Nail biting drives me nuts. I mean, I have not dated girls because they bite their nails.
Why is that?
I don't know. It's the.
You just think it's disgusting?
I'm sitting. I dated this one girl. I'm sitting with her on the couch, and I'm trying to concentrate on whatever the hell show we're watching. But all I can see is her biting her nails next to me out of the corner of my eye, and I'm obsessed with it. And I'm listening for the little sound of that.
Yeah.
And I can't. Yeah. To this day, I can't take it.
Yeah, that's probably. I get that. I was wondering for you, would it be like the Southern accent? Because I know you're not a huge fan of the Southern accent.
I'm not a fan of the Southern accent. I'm not a fan of the Boston accent.
Yeah, but again, we're talking the hottest woman. Who's the hottest woman in the world to you? Is it like Sydney Sweeney?
Well, Gabby Thomas, right?
All right, Gabby
can I tell you
Thomas.
something? If Gabby Thomas, all of a sudden sound like, hey, harder,
park the car, John.
Park the car harder.
You don't think you wouldn't be able to get past that? I can get past. I think I can get past. Like, for me, I like the Southern accent. I think that's endearing, but I get it. If you don't, that's fine. Boston accent is a little rough. I don't know. I guess I would say like violent racism would be one that I would
All
say.
right. Let's excuse away all like criminal behavior.
Yeah, all that stuff is bad. I don't know. I guess if she decided like one day that just at any point in our conversations she had to burp in my face, and like that would be one where I'd be like, all right, that's not burping. Burping's fine, but if you like turn
a lip rattling belch,
yeah, and you're in my face and then laughing about it, I would be like, all right, that's just disrespect. I can't do that.
How about this? If we're sitting down watching TV and Trevor Noah comes on, and if she laughs,
you really don't like Trevor Noah.
God,
that's fine. I don't mind him. I think he's all right. Like he doesn't make me like roll over laughing.
All right, that's fine.
Unobjectionable.
Okay.
Nut Guy Butt says, my guys, Joe West has finally found your home addresses and decides to hit you out of the park. What songs do you want the DJ to play at your funeral?
Joe West isn't taking me.
You can't
get out of here, that old fat guy at this point.
Well, hang on. It's Wildcard Wednesday. The basic premise is, what songs would you want played at your funeral? I have to tell you, I don't want my funeral to be somber and boring. I want my funeral.
I agree.
I want my funeral to be upbeat. So I'm playing music that I would have said put on my favorite song. So it's going to be like crazy music, metal stuff, but it's going to be like, this is what he loved. This is what you're going to listen to. If you don't like it, well, when else are you going to listen to it? If I can't get you to listen to my music at my own funeral, then that's not right. You have to listen. You have to tolerate it. You sit there for an hour, stare at my dead body in the open casket, have Joe West sitting there saying, I did that. And then you listen to, I don't know, some doom metal.
First of all, I don't want like a funeral. I don't want to be in a casket. None of that. Throw me in the oven, burn me up.
Okay.
I'm done. I want like highlights of all my favorite teams to be playing on a screen.
Okay.
Like Buckeyes winning the championship, and you know that time where the White Sox won the World Series 20 years ago?
And that time when
I know that ESPN pretends like it doesn't exist, and the Cubs are the only team that won the World Series, but
that time when the Bears won it 40 years ago?
Yeah, that too.
When they won the Super Bowl?
Or you know what, just Devin Hester returns.
Oh, there you go.
And Peanut Tillman punching the football out.
I like that.
I want that. I want pizza to be served.
Okay.
Just like buffet style. A bunch of different pizzas spread out.
Love that.
People are mingling around. They're listening to music. They're watching the sports, but they're talking to each other. They're telling inappropriate jokes at my expense.
I like that.
I want some
That's good.
inappropriate he's dead jokes.
Yeah.
At my expense. And I want a mixtape of all my favorite 90s stuff.
There you go. That's great.
Like I want, Collective Soul and Better Than Ezra and Stone Temple Pilots and Pearl Jam and Oasis. I want it all.
Nice. You know what? I would attend that funeral. That sounds fun.
You're going to be the Grand Marshal.
Oh,
you got to give the speech.
Do I get to dump the ashes? Like, do I get to take the ashes and
you get some?
Oh, I get some.
You get some, and I want you to go up there and roast me.
Oh, okay.
It's not a eulogy; it's a roast.
A roast. I think we could put that together. That'd be fun. Teddy, you in on the roast?
Oh man, I'll roast you anytime, buddy. On a spit.
Boom, roasted.
Hey, giving your dog eye drops can seriously screw with your horse. Are you confused?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
yes.
I'll explain it to you coming up in 2 minutes. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're going to hit some slowdown due to an accident that's blocking the right lane on southbound 270 on the East Outer Belt at 33. And stop-and-go traffic is causing a 10-minute delay on westbound 670 from 315 to I-70. This report is sponsored by eBay. We all got a thing. Yes, even you. If you love fashion, car parts, trading cards, whatever you're into, it's on eBay. So go find the thing that keeps you up at night. eBay. Things people love. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Today is the day. After countless hours of research, cutting back expenses, and 9 months of anxiously waiting for her, today is the day you finally bring home your new car. It's also the day to protect her with an auto policy from Shelter Insurance. Our policies are competitively priced and include new car replacement coverage if anything were to happen to your new baby.
To find an agent near you, visit shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Aaron, I've been thinking.
About what?
About how you invented a way to fix ACs for free.
Get Eco.
ECO.
When customers buy a new HVAC system, we give back all the money they paid us to repair their old system.
Yeah, I know. Up to $1,500.
Get Eco.
ECO.
We're basically extending the life of their old system for free.
That's right. Those extra years are free on me.
Don't you think it would be better if we said those extra years are a plus on us?
Sure, we can say that if you want.
I think it would be better.
Get Eco.
ECO.
We don't want people to forget that you have a silent partner.
Remind me, how did we become partners?
Aaron, we became partners when you let me move into your spare office and I began giving you free advice instead of paying rent.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Oh yeah, now I remember. Best deal I ever made.
I feel that way too.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Eco. Plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians. GetEco.com.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Best known for their contributions to the fast food breakfast world. This is Man and Bone.
All right, try and follow me here, okay?
Yes.
So, is it dressage?
I believe you're right. The horse thing?
Yes, the horse thing.
That's what they call the horse thing, dressage.
At
the only thing.
At the Paris Olympics, it's not like the steeplechase. That's different. Dressage is essentially horse dancing. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, how would you describe it?
You're right. It's they have coordinated movements for the horse. It's not trying to go fast. It's trying to be elegant and do certain
He's
motions.
dancing. The horse is dancing.
Yeah, that's right. I agree with you.
It's ridiculous. I don't know why we have it.
It's one of the greatest American sports. It's ridiculous and expensive, and no one understands it. Perfect.
Well, this dude who was on the Belgium team, Damian Micheles,
sure,
had his individual result at the Paris Olympics wiped out.
Wow.
After the International Testing Agency says that he tested positive for a banned substance. Now,
oh, no.
Apparently, his dog had some sort of eye infection.
Yeesh.
So he gave eye medication to his dog, like eye drops.
I mean, as you do.
I don't know how you give a dog eye drops, but whatever, you do.
Teddy, you've given your dog eye drops before, right?
Yeah.
It's a common thing.
Our dog, gets eye drop in the morning, eye drop at night.
Yep, that's right.
You have to, wrestle him down, or?
No.
No?
They're
Okay.
dogs. They're not like huge fans, but you can make it happen.
Okay, anyway.
Ted actually sits on the dog. He's like, listen here! And he shoves. No. It's. I'm sure the dog is used to it by now.
Yeah.
All right, so he gave this to the dog. I guess contamination, or it can seep through the skin, whatever. It has a banned substance in it. And so he tested positive for the banned substance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? It's nothing to the horse. This is for the dog.
Well, it went to the horse. It went in the dog's eyes.
Yes.
But some of it got on the man's hand.
Which then was transferred to the horse.
It got in his bloodstream.
Yes.
The guy's bloodstream.
Yes, that's right.
And then he
tested
drug
positive.
tested, even though he's riding an animal. So he's not like running.
Doesn't matter.
He's got to be drug tested because
he's on the horse while the horse dances. Listen here.
Okay.
Look at here.
Right. I'm with you.
What's odd, so his individual result stripped away. Which odd is this story says if he would have just used the drops in his own eye, that would have been permitted.
What?
Yes, because if it goes in your eye, then that's okay. But if it seeps in any other way, Adam King just walked in.
No, don't make up for it now. Adam King.
Get out of here.
I hope you get powdered sugar all over your pea coat, whatever you're wearing.
Ruined our day. I hope you're up at 4:30 tomorrow morning, too.
Yeah. Adam King comes into the studio and just is eating a whole donut, as he should have done from the beginning.
He took a half a donut.
Left
the other half there because he's an animal.
And then he cut off a quarter of a donut and ate the left.
I'm going to put some eye drops in your eyes, but it's going to be acid.
Dude. I still don't understand why the people riding the horses are getting drug tested.
You know what? I got to tell you, I'm sorry for even wasting our time with it.
That wasn't a waste of time.
Teddy,
I like it.
Teddy, you put that in the prep. Shame on you.
Why is it shame on Ted?
I did like 3 days ago, though.
Yeah, to be fair, that was on the prep multiple times. Can I make a declaration before we go any further? Because now you got me thinking of food because King's eating his stupid donut, half a donut. I have a declaration to make that maybe Adam King will actually care about.
Is this a wild card?
Sure. Here's my declaration. Today I walked into a gas station, as I am wont to do.
You're a big gas station guy.
Yep. Got a little breakfast sandwich. And then I saw in the gas station they had Anthony Thomas chocolate Buckeyes.
And former Michigan running back Anthony Thomas was working at the gas station.
Sure, either way. So I looked at those Buckeyes, rather, and I said, you know what? I want a six-pack of Buckeyes. Why not? And then I realized something. As I was eating them, I said, these are championship Buckeyes, right? I mean, Ohio State football just won the national championship, and I think I have a declaration to make. And that is, since Ohio State won the national championship, and since those chocolate and peanut butter Buckeyes are awesome, however you get them, they're from Anthony Thomas or some other brand, or if they're homemade, I say until the next national championship game is played, Buckeyes have no calories for the next calendar year. I think that's how that should work, right? We're the defending champs.
I like that.
The chocolate Buckeyes, that's our celebration. You're in the middle of summer. You're not even thinking of football right then. You see a Buckeye, you eat it, no calories, because you're the champions. Buckeye fans are the champs.
Now, what happens if you're like on Awaken 180?
Oh, I called them.
And they're like, well, you've actually been gaining weight. I don't know what the problem is. You're like, I don't know either. I've been eating all these no-calorie Buckeyes.
I called Awaken 180 and said, hey, championship, Buckeyes have no calories. And they said, you know what? Sounds good.
Yeah.
They agreed. I also called Coors Light and said, hey, just so you know, Buckeyes have no calories. They agreed. I called Bob Capace and I said, listen, Buckeyes have no calories. So then he said, you don't have to tell me twice. And then he was actually eating Buckeyes.
Of course, he's always eating Buckeyes.
Yeah.
You walk in the shop right now, Worthington Jewelers, he's eating Buckeyes.
He'll wipe his hands off
as he sells you a C ring.
C is for championship.
You just drop your trowel right there in the store.
I want a championship ring on my C. That's what you say. Mm-hmm. And he'll sell you that.
I got no problem with that. I always think that if I didn't pay for food, it has no calories.
Well, you have that rule. You have if I'm on vacation, food has no calories.
That's right.
And then now I'm just adding to, if your team wins a championship and there is a candy that they make involving your team, no calories.
Also, holidays, food has no calories.
Oh.
Like, I hate these stupid articles they pop up around holiday time. How to make your Thanksgiving table healthier. You don't have to. It's Thanksgiving.
I got a new weight loss plan now that you've said that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to travel on vacation all year long and only eat chocolate Buckeyes.
You're like the guy who lives on the cruise ship.
Right. That way I'm always on vacation. I'm eating Buckeyes during the championship year. I'll have no calories. I will enjoy all my food. And then I will come back next year just fit as a fiddle, ready to go.
That sounds like a plan, Bone.
Yeah, mostly because I'll be gone for a year. That's right. Let's see. This is Josh sent us this. A few people have sent us this. Doug Gottlieb. Are you aware of what's going on with Dougie Doug?
You know I am, buddy.
Doug Gottlieb, if you're not familiar, has currently the head coach at University of Wisconsin Green Bay. Okay, UW Green Bay. They are 2-22 this year. Things are so bad there that the reporters got yelled at by Doug, because they're questioning, like, hey, man, you think maybe you shouldn't do your radio show? Because he's doing his radio show and coaching a college basketball team at the same time. Everyone beforehand said, this seems stupid.
Whose fault is that, though? Is that Doug Gottlieb's fault or the dumb school administrators that hired him and allowed it?
Well, I got to tell you, I have a suspicion that those dumb administrators are not that dumb, and they've realized this was a mistake.
Wow, then they should fire him. They shouldn't have hired him to begin with.
Right. They are in a 19-game losing streak.
They're awful.
So he was asked about, all the bad, and he said, I want a mea culpa. When we start winning, I want all of you to apologize. He said, quote, from every effing one of you when we start to win. Okay? Well, here's the problem. They play Purdue-Fort Wayne on Saturday. Okay? Mastodons are 16-8 in the Horizon League right now. Purdue-Fort Wayne. That used to be, was that
Huey Pooey?
I think it might have been Huey Pooey. Whatever. Anyway, that is a team that is very, very good. You need all your focus if you're going to be getting out of this losing streak. Doug Gottlieb, you got to do something. Where is Doug Gottlieb today? According to his own social media, he is at Radio Row doing his radio show from the Super Bowl.
Of course he is. Come on, man.
This is why
make a living.
This is why I say they must be ready to fire him. Because
why did they hire him?
Exactly, I know, but I bet you he's probably already seen the writing on the wall, and he probably has realized they're going to fire me anyway. Better do my radio gig. Better keep. In fact, he probably has always had that notion. Probably for like the first second, he thought, I'll be good at this. And then he realized probably 5 weeks in, I'm over my head. So rather than admit anything, he's just going out there with his chin out, screaming at everybody, yelling at you, telling you, wait till we win.
A guy like him has no self-awareness at all. You know, congratulations, Doug. I didn't think you could do anything worse than your radio show. You've proven me wrong.
Yeah.
You being a college basketball coach is worse than your radio show. How anybody takes you seriously in any profession is beyond me.
Well, he also has, again, you and I are very bad at like actual sports coaching, playing, any of that. We couldn't
Speak
really
for yourself.
Do. You're bad.
I want Ryan Day to hire me to be the new defensive coordinator.
You're bad because you're here.
I'm going to put in the punt block team on every single play.
All right, that's fine. But you and I have never even attempted to do this stuff. But if we did, then we would maybe have a little leg to stand on, whatever. Doug Gottlieb is criticizing people. He will criticize, again, someone who's not taking it seriously, who's not doing their job the right way. Dude, you went and half-assed a college coaching gig so you could keep your radio show. How at least give it a try. Just quit radio for a year and go do this and see if it works. Instead, he is completely half-assing it. And yet he's going to get on his radio show and complain about someone not doing their job right, not buying in. You're not bought in, dude. The call's coming from inside the house.
Hate him.
He sucks.
All the news and notes you need as we go on campus. Coming up next, Doug Gottlieb blows. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got some stop-and-go traffic that's causing a 15-minute delay on southbound 23 between 270 and London Groveport Road, and that's on the South Outer Belt. And we've got a couple-minute delay on westbound 670 between 71 and Neal Avenue. This report is sponsored by Wendy's 2 faves for just $7. Right now at Wendy's, you can get 2 of these favorite items for just $7. Choose from their spicy or classic chicken sandwich, Dave's single, or 10-piece nugs. 2 fave items for $7. Gotta be Wendy's. Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Terms apply. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Giant Eagle is making it easy to surround yourself with savings on hundreds of items every time you shop. With new low prices, deals for days, weekly sales, and My Perks at your neighborhood Giant Eagle. Visit gianteagle.com for details.
Common Man and T-Bone here. Bone, did you know that the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus has over 30 TVs, 2 massive video walls? They even have recliners, a full-service bar and restaurant, a betting counter, and over 30 kiosks?
I did know that, but I also know that you can reserve a table right now at Hollywood Casino Columbus at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook and guarantee your spot and get some game day swag while you do it. Just visit hollywoodcolumbus.com/casino/sportsbook. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
If your garage door looks like it's been around since the 90s, the 1890s, we are Deluxe Door Systems. For 30 years, transforming the look of people's homes with beautiful Clopay doors for less than you think. DeluxeDoorSystems.com.
Hey, it's D. Miller. Guys, let's talk about getting back to your best. If you lack energy, muscle mass, feel moody, or have low libido, it could be low testosterone. Testosterone therapy, or TRT, may be the answer. Don't settle for a standard dosage TRT program. I learned about the personalized treatment at Low T Center and the results you can expect with customized TRT. And for current patients, Low T Center offers a $150 credit when you refer a new patient. Go to lowtcenter.com to book an appointment. That's lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection, one that helps better their everyday through the things they value most: friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. And everybody's had these pains, these little nicks, these things that you maybe had an injury when you were younger and you thought it went away. And then all of a sudden, as you get old, it starts to creep back. Doing everything, walking up the stairs, doing your favorite activities, golf, skiing, whatever it might be, the summer, the spring, the winter, it hurts. Hey, do not deal with it any longer. The hip, the knee, the shoulder, the back, whatever it is. There's good news. Go to QC Kinetics. They're groundbreaking treatments for that arthritis pain. They're going to make you feel better. The long-term relief, it's now possible. They're right here in Columbus under the leadership of Dr. Ray Tesner, founder of Grant Sport Medicine and a classically trained orthopedic surgeon. Don't wait. Make the call today. My dad and I did. His knee's starting to feel better. My knee feels better. They've got PRP treatments. They can change your life. I'm telling you right now. So go to qckinetics.com/Columbus for your free consultation or give them a call at 380-208-4544. It's not going to go away on its own. They've got 2 offices in Dublin and Gahanna, so check them out.
Rothman and Ice.
If you knew you had $100 million, but you had to walk to the office, you're not going skiing the day before.
Rothman and Ice. Weekdays at noon.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus.
The Fan.
Hey friends, Beamer here. I want to tell you about my new obsession. It's the Daisy French onion dip. One of my guilty pleasures, I'm sure you have it too, during the football season, is eating dips. Sometimes with chips, wings, veggies, whatever you want to dip in there. And now Daisy, they've come out with a Daisy French onion dip and a Daisy Ranch dip. And these are a total game changer. They're just as good as homemade dips, if not even better. They've got real herbs and spices and ingredients you'd even find in your own kitchen. I invite you to try the Daisy French onion dip. I'm a big French onion guy. That's my favorite. You can look for Daisy French onion dip at a grocery store near you.
Say yes to Diamond Seller's Wedding Weekend on February 21st and 22nd. Enjoy buy one, get one half off wedding bands, 20% off diamond anniversary bands, and special no-interest financing on engagement rings. Visit us in-store and learn more at diamondseller.com.
Looking to sell your home? Don't pay 6% commission. Call my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They're full service, not a do-it-yourself kind of thing. On average, customers save over $10,000. Give them a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
It's almost Football Friday. All play and no work.
Sponsored by Tansky's Sawmill Toyota.
Your home for football, The Fan. Yes, we tried unplugging and then plugging them back in. It didn't help. This is Man and Bone.
So there's a report out from CBS 24/7 Sports that, and I guess people don't remember that Brian Hartline already is the co-offensive coordinator.
Right.
All these stories say he's going to be promoted from receivers coach to offensive coordinator. He is co-offensive coordinator. So the story is Ryan Day trusts him enough to let him do the job by himself. Not he's being promoted to offensive coordinator. He is offensive coordinator.
Well, right. I mean, functionally versus a title are two different things, right? Like, you can put a title on there and say he's the co-offensive coordinator, and I understand that he probably has been very involved. But if you're saying that he is going to become the offensive coordinator, then you are essentially saying it is him and Ryan Day running the offense. Are you not? Like,
yes, he also hired this guy, Tyler Bowen, who was calling plays at Virginia Tech last year. I'm not saying he's going to do specifically that, but he's used to doing it. He has done it.
Here's the question. Who's up in the booth? Right? Is that Brian Hartline?
I don't know the answer.
Who's on the headset? Obviously, Ryan Day can't be up there. Is it the offensive lineman coach guy? Maybe.
You don't have to call plays from the booth. You can call plays on the field.
I know that. I tend to think it works better if you've got someone up there. You're right, because they have people up there no matter what telling you what they're seeing, but I don't mind it if the guy actually calling the plays is up there with that chance to do that. But that's very interesting if that's how it goes.
All right, on campus.
Common Man and T-Bones. On campus, the latest college sports news and notes.
Bone.
Well, man, a situation happened with the Georgetown game. Georgetown played a couple nights ago against Xavier. They lost to Xavier 74-69 inside the Cintas Center. Yeah, in Cincinnati. Well, Georgetown coach Ed Cooley confronted a Xavier fan after that game. They lost by 5 points. So it was a close game, a physical game, tough game. But at the end of it, a Xavier fan apparently, according to Cooley, verbally attacked one of his players. As the horn sounded, you can see one of the Xavier players jawing with someone under the basket. Then you see Ed Cooley running over there, and he is trying to separate. But this guy, for whoever the Xavier fan is like, one has a Xavier like sweatshirt on, and then is yelling things at all the players. And Ed Cooley, to his part, is not jawing back with the guy. He is putting a hand to that guy, telling his team to get off the court. He then, said afterward, obviously, while nothing physical happened, I will always protect my players if they are threatened. I have nothing but respect for Xavier and its fan base. I want to congratulate them on the win. I'm proud of how hard our players fought. Now we look on to the next game, Saturday, as we host Seton Hall back home. But he did skip the handshake line, had to, because he was trying to help his players out. So just a note, if you're going out to any college basketball games, you're sitting under the basket, don't scream at the college players. That's stupid. You're dumb. I don't blame him. This guy's lucky he didn't get shoved himself by the players or the coach. I wouldn't blame him if they did. Here's a guy, though, that really doesn't want you to be anything but classy. That's Arizona State head coach Bobby Hurley. Dan's brother, son of Bob Hurley, legendary coaching family. Well, he coaches Arizona State. Over the weekend, they played Arizona, who has star Caleb Love, one of the best players in college basketball, reigning Pac-12 Player of the Year when Arizona was in the Pac-12. Anyway, now he's on his way to earning all Big 12 honors. And in this game where they had this rivalry, Arizona State fell to Arizona 81-72. Bobby Hurley coaches Arizona State. He didn't like that Caleb Love throughout the game was jawing with the team, jawing with the bench, had lots to say. He's a very good player. He and one of the Arizona State players got into an altercation. Both got thrown out in this game. Again, it was a tense game. It was a rivalry game. Well, after the game is over, Bobby Hurley goes to his press conference and he says, quote, I will tell you this. I get a vote for Big 12 all-conference, and I can tell you who's not getting a vote. Yeah, I'm not, even though he's great and he helped kick our ass and we sucked, I'm not going to vote for him. Now, he didn't explicitly say it's Caleb Love, but he went on to say later that the chatter from a couple of Arizona players was, quote, relentless. It wasn't policed properly by the refs. He said, quote, it was done with no class. He then called his brother and said, I'm not voting for you for Coach of the Year either. Like, how are you going to call out a college kid for that when your own damn brother's the one who does it more than anybody in college basketball? I have decided I hate the Hurley family. That's what I've decided from all this.
This is also some news that I just saw this that also has some college ramifications.
Okay.
If it's true, I was just fed this on Twitter. Eddie George is scheduled to interview for the Bears head coaching position tomorrow, per Jay Glazer. These Twitter ads are on top of it, man.
You and I have been getting this Twitter ad because it clearly knows we love Eddie George, I guess.
We're texting this back and forth to each other like, hey, man, I got some breaking news. Eddie George is going to interview for the Bears job.
They've been I see these
right
videos.
Here.
It's right there. Why? We know the job's already been settled. Like 2 weeks ago, they hired a coach. What is going on? Meanwhile, speaking of coaching, we'll stay in college basketball. North Carolina coach Hubert Davis. It's not going well for Carolina. They got their doors blown off by Duke this past weekend, and he's been under some fire. The thought has been maybe he won't be retained as their head coach. However, he has announced plans to hire a GM as part of a major overhaul for the Tar Heels program. He said, quote, the old model for Carolina basketball just doesn't work anymore. So this was on this week's episode of Hubert Davis Live, which I got to tell you is probably some of the most riveting television you can watch. They lost 87-70 at Duke, and it wasn't that close. They are 13-10, 6-5 in the ACC. They risk missing the NCAA tournament for the second time in the past 3 seasons if they don't get it turned around quick.
That's bad.
At North Carolina?
That's bad.
So he is saying, I'm going to hire a GM, someone with Carolina ties who can help, just like you have all these, if you call it director of basketball operations, whatever you want to say, it's the person who's going to take over recruiting and reform the whole program.
Hey, I think Mike Lombardi can do that too. I mean, he's doing it for the football program, right, with Belichick?
That's right.
So Mike Lombardi's toupee can do that for the basketball program.
I think that's right.
Or Michael Jordan's coked out son.
How about Michael Jordan? Just have Michael Jordan come in.
Only if Michael Jordan bring back his Hitler mustache.
No, I don't think he has to be doing a Hanes commercial. Then
with his Hitler mustache.
I think they call it a Hanes mustache at that point. That's what he calls it. That's what it is.
Thanks, Bone.
Thanks, man.
Hey, Fat Boy Food Tip is coming up next, and we have really something to discuss. Because Ted, in today's show prep, he prints out all these stories and hands them to me. Gave me a 3-page long article about how eating raccoon has become a very fashionable thing. So we're going to discuss it coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
Slower traffic is causing a 10-minute delay on southbound 315 between Kinnear Road and Town Street. And you're going to hit a 10-minute delay on eastbound 70 on the east side from James Road to 270. This report is sponsored by AAA Car Care Plus. Come into your local AAA Car Care Plus and save $90 on select sets of 4 Continental tires. Only at AAA Car Care Plus locations. And on the plus side, AAA members save more. Offer ends February 15th. See store for details. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Get ready to make the big game even bigger at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. With 2 massive jumbotrons, over 50 feet of screen, and more than 30 TVs, you won't miss a single play, touchdown, or highlight. Fuel your game with mouthwatering food and bucket specials. Plus, warm up with our pregame cornhole toss for your chance to win big before kickoff. Reserve your table now for the best seat in the house. Visit HollywoodColumbus.com for more details. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
You hear that? That's the sound of the new Tim Hortons pairings calling your name. Whether rushing to the car or grabbing a quick bite on your way to work, Tim's has a breakfast deal designed for your busy life. Choose from a warm small cup of coffee with our savory omelet bites or creamy avocado toast for just $4. Or grab a hearty grilled breakfast wrap with coffee for just $5. A delicious pairing at your convenience to tackle the day. At participating U.S. restaurants, excludes grilled breakfast wrap with beef. Terms apply.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here from my friends at High Bank Distillery Co., located right here in Columbus. Introducing their newest product, 614 Vodka, Ohio's house vodka. Perfect to make a drink at home or try when you're out at your favorite local restaurant. Learn more at 614vodka.com.
Do your good-looking shoes hurt and you don't want to wear ugly shoes? At the Good Feet store, we can help you wear your heels, boots, and dress shoes again in comfort. Trade in your bad feet for good feet at the Good Feet store.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
At Pella, we use the newest technology to show you exactly how new windows would look on your home.
Well, we keep it simple at our window place. We use a number 2 pencil to draw what your house will look like with our new windows. See?
Oh yeah, that definitely looks like a number 2.
Thank you, Leslie. Wait. I see what you did there.
Get the windows that Columbus homeowners rate the leading and most trusted at PellaColumbus.com.
No matter where you are, Coughlin is there, in store or online. CoughlinCars.com. 13 new car brands, over 1,000 pre-owned vehicles, 16 convenient locations for sales, service, and parts, plus 4 state-of-the-art collision centers. CoughlinCars.com. Shop locally owned, CoughlinCars.com. Coughlin has the car for you.
Giant Eagle is making it easy to surround yourself with the sound of freshness. With new low prices on hundreds of your favorite produce items, so you save on all the crunch, all the flavor, all the just-picked goodness you love. Surround yourself with savings every time you shop with new low prices on apples, carrots, lettuce, celery, and more. Enjoy fresh savings on fresh produce at your neighborhood Giant Eagle.
Sarah, Happy New Year. You look amazing. How are things with you and Mark?
Lisa, I can't thank you enough for telling me about Columbus Men's Clinic. We've totally rediscovered each other. He's working out, and we're doing more as a family than laying around watching TV.
I told you, they're incredible. My husband and I had the same experience. It's like having that spark all over again, isn't it?
Exactly. It's more than the physical. It's the connection, the energy. It's the best gift we could have given ourselves.
This new year, make the resolution that changes it all. Columbus Men's Clinic brings you proven options for ED, low testosterone, and enhancement. Reignite your drive, rebuild your confidence, and show up in the moments that matter most.
Here's to more love and more joy in the year ahead.
Cheers to that.
Book your appointment today at columbusmensclinic.com or dial 614-300-7400. That's columbusmensclinic.com or dial 614-300-7400. Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
How'd you like to wipe out all that credit card debt to start the new year off right? Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Stop getting fleeced by the credit card companies. If you own your home, go to AFLcash.com now. Advantage First Lending can help you unlock that equity and get you tens, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's AFLcash.com. You can pay off all your credit cards and other high-interest debt super fast. Consolidate all your bills into one low monthly payment. AFLcash.com can help you tap into your home's equity to give you some serious cash so you can go into 2025 with less stress and more confidence. Get the cash you need from Advantage First Lending now. Most homeowners don't even need an appraisal. How great is that? Get on solid financial footing. Go to AFLcash.com. That's AFLcash.com or call 844-394-CASH. 844-394-CASH.
Equal Housing Lender. NMLS 1209177. Subject to lender approval. NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. I'm Paul Keels. Reports out there that Ohio State is set to hire Tyler Bowen as their new offensive line coach. Bowen has been the offensive coordinator at Virginia Tech for the last 3 seasons. Also worked at Penn State and Jacksonville in the NFL. The 8th-ranked Ohio State women's basketball team facing undefeated and top-ranked UCLA tonight at Pauley Pavilion in Los Angeles. 9:30 tip-off on ESPN Columbus 1460. The Buckeyes are coming off Sunday's win over Washington, which gives them their 4th consecutive 20-win season. Men's top 25 matchups tonight. Number 2, Duke at Syracuse. 4th-ranked Tennessee hosts number 15, Missouri. Tulsa at number 17, Memphis. 23rd-ranked Illinois at Rutgers. And Oregon at number 24, Michigan. This update brought to you by The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Visit The Waterworks online at thewaterworks.com, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Desmond Howard death wishes since 2012. This is Man and Bone.
Hey, this dumb show's brought to you by the Hinderer Motor Company. It is Wildcard Wednesday. I have a story about Raccoon. Before we get to that,
okay,
some actual food news. I've been told that today, starting today, the Freddy's Steak Burgers.
Oh.
What?
I thought we were going to do that in Fat Boy Food.
No, I have Raccoon for that.
Okay, what? We can do more than one thing. All right,
no,
fine.
we can't. This Raccoon's going to take up the whole segment.
Okay,
I'm telling you.
Fine.
The Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers is open on Hilliard Rome Road.
Yeah.
It's right next to the Sam's Club.
Looks like there's a story posted today. News story saying it opened this morning. Now, I haven't been. We haven't gone over there. I haven't verified it myself. But if someone's been, let us know if it's actually open. And if so, between that one and now the Grove City one, you got 2 of them. I don't know why you aren't going if you haven't yet. You got to get there because this thing is good. I love Freddy's. It's awesome.
I love Freddy's.
There are, Mike, 550 Freddy's custard locations across the United States.
Is that right?
They are in 36 states. We only got one in the last 12 months here, and now we have 2, which is nice. But how in the world do we not have 15 of these things throughout Ohio? I don't understand.
We got a lot of fast food around here. We're not suffering.
We're
pretty damn fat.
Well, I think you're going to enjoy Freddy's when you go check it out. I will remind you, if you're not aware, they do a lot of different sauces, including you can get a fry sauce, and I believe they do a spicy ketchup too for your dipping. They also do frozen custard, but they will serve it to you in like a cup, and you can have all that stuff. They also have giant Oreo custard sandwiches.
Oh, yeah.
Branded by Oreo, like a disc of Oreo.
Disc of Oreo.
2 of them with a big, thick amount of custard in between.
Thick disc.
Girthy.
What do you think about that, Porky?
Timing up that disc.
Thank you. You know what else you can get there? A root beer float.
I love a good root beer float.
You can just go through the drive-thru and say, I'd like a root beer float, and they'll give it to you. Mm-hmm. How about that?
All right. Fat Boy Food, yeah!
Common Man and T-Bone have very little value unless they're telling you about all the crap they can shove in your mouth so you can die quicker. It's time for Fat Boy Food Tip. Wait, how do you want me to say it? Tip? This is dumb. by Quaid.
Sponsored by Metal Supermarkets. Visit metalsupermarkets.com/Columbus for all your metal needs.
See what I did there?
You waited. That's good. You didn't talk over it this time. That's awesome.
All right, this is from the Mansfield News Journal. Dateline, Danville, Ohio.
Okay.
Denny Robinson lifted a fork full of steaming raccoon meat and took a bite.
Okay.
It's really good, he said as he chewed. It's amazing how good it is. Robinson and about 600 others waited in line for nearly an hour Monday night to enjoy the delicacy during the 82nd annual Danville Lions Club Raccoon Dinner. They've been doing this for 82 years.
Really?
Tickets $15 for adults, $8 for children younger than 12. The feast included mashed potatoes, green beans, dressing, cornbread, a drink, dessert, and of course, a generous helping of raccoon meat.
How are we cooking the raccoon?
Well, I'm going to tell you.
All right, let me know.
A few servings of ham were available for those who decided the raccoon dinner was too wild. Now, that's stupid. If you're going to go to the raccoon dinner, then have the raccoon.
How was the raccoon dinner? Oh, I don't know. I had ham. What? Why?
Now, this first started back in World War II. They decided, this Lions Club, as a joke, to serve raccoon for dinner.
Okay.
And so they just kept doing it every single year, and then it became a subject of pride for the town.
Yeah, I mean, I will tell you, I'm not really that opposed to any of these varietal meats that get... I don't want to eat the innards of, like, any cow or chicken or anything like that. I don't like the guts. All the... What do they call those? The
giblets.
Yeah, I don't want any of that stuff, right? But if you're telling me that there is protein meat that is on an animal... and you can cook it up in some way that it becomes delicious, all right. I mean, yeah, raccoons aren't probably the most favored animal when you see them. They're always rummaging in the trash or they're crawling in the sewers. But the meat inside there is packed in their skin. What are they doing? Nothing. It's fine.
Let me tell you something. About 500 pounds of raccoon meat was served.
Oh, wow.
Finding enough raccoon meat to feed 600 guests is not always easy. As Fred Mickley well knows, Mickley is the third generation in his family to hunt and trap raccoon for the Danville Lions Club.
Okay.
It really takes a team effort, he said. He plans for about 750 meals each year. The event's average attendance is 600, but the record is more than 800 guests. That means the Danville chefs will need more than 500 pounds of raw raccoon meat every winter. He said it took 179 raccoons this year to make 750 meals.
That's a lot of raccoon, man.
The McKinley family and their friends harvest the raccoons from the woods and fields around eastern Knox County, as far away from residential areas as they can. Good news, Bone, the meat is free range, as opposed to those farmed raccoons.
Well, of
raccoons
course.
eat fruits, nuts, corn, fish, frogs, insects, bird eggs, and rodents.
Sure. I mean, I think raccoons are pretty... They're not that selective, are they? I mean, they'll go with what they can find. I mean, they're opportunistic. They will do what they can to get the food. So, yeah,
here's how they cook it. They soak it in salt water. That's the only seasoning that it gets, and it's cooked with some onions. They said it's slow roasted like roast beef in a crock pot.
Oh, okay,
we cook it in roasters. It's a darker meat, maybe a little bit greasy, but not too bad. So it's almost like a greasy raccoon pot roast.
Well, but you know what I was going to say, if they're doing a low and slow type of cook on it, right, where that's what I would expect, is you get something that helps it just become a little more tender, and that should be good. Now, I have seen those people that, have you ever seen these people who go with their dogs to, like, hunt raccoons?
No, can't say that I have.
There's a spot outside of Marysville where I was driving one day, and I saw these guys. They had trucks with on the back of them, like 6 or 8 kennels, like dog kennels, all lined up, like 3 and 3 or 4 on 4. And then the dogs were just out. They're all on leashes. They're all walking around. But they were all like those kind of tracking type of dogs. And I know that, and then I saw they had a sign that said the, like, whatever it was, something raccoon hunting club. And that's what these people do, is I believe they use dogs to do this. So let them live. That's, let everyone live, I guess. You got the raccoons. Don't take too many of them.
Now, I don't know if this is necessarily accurate, but they're going to tell me that it is. That people are coming from across the globe to come to Danville, Ohio to eat the raccoon. People have come from all across the United States to try the roasted raccoon meat, as well as from Russia, Egypt, and South America.
Really?
Here's a story about a guy who flew in his private plane from Minnesota to the Knox County Airport, rented a car, went to go have the raccoon dinner, and then flew home.
Wow. That is...
Does Jerry Jones know about this?
Well,
because he may take his private plane from Dallas, come eat the coon meat.
Also, can I just ask, is it that hard to trap a raccoon and cook it for yourself? I guess if you don't want to process it, that would be a thing.
I mean, that's like saying, is it too hard if you want chicken to go out and find a chicken and eat it? I mean, you and I aren't going to do that.
No, but the answer is no, it's not hard to get that. You can do it very easily.
He's rich. He's got a plane.
All right, fair enough.
He takes a little trip.
You're right.
I don't understand the people coming from Egypt.
I wonder, is that hey, we were in town for something else and our relatives were like, come eat raccoon with us. And they're like, okay, I guess I will.
Where'd you go on your vacation? Well, I went to Danville, Ohio to eat raccoon meat.
Now, Danville's not far from Amish country. Like the touristy, I'm sure there are Amish people all around that area. But
that would make much more sense for an Egypt person.
Right.
Egypt person. Egyptian is what they're called.
A person from Egypt came
to come to Holmes County to visit the Amish country.
They're like, we're really here for Amish country, but we heard there's a raccoon cook-off, so we're going to go to that
Actually, you know what they have right over there, Teddy?
What's that?
Some good puppy mills.
Oh, geez.
Over there for Teddy.
I know that Xavier...
Hook those things up, right, Ted? Nice tender?
Isn't it Xavier Leggett, who's the wide receiver for the Panthers?
That
was the one who brought the raccoon meat in because his family gets it, they eat it, they like it. I mean, I'm telling you, you grew up in the country... There's lots of different rodents and rascals out there that you can have something to eat off of, right? I mean, rabbit, squirrel. I could understand. I mean, think about it. There's turkeys all over the place, too. We're eating turkey. It's not that far away.
It's not that far away from what?
Well, I'm saying it's one of those animals that's just indigenous to Ohio, and it's out there. People got them because they're convenient.
Yeah, I know.
And you can eat them and cook them up and all that stuff.
I know. It's just, just because it was necessary at one time doesn't necessarily mean that you still have to do it, right?
Well, but
if your economic status lends you to it, then that's fine. But it's like in prison. In prison, you take what you can get when it comes to gratification, right?
Yeah.
A lot of guys do stuff they wouldn't normally do because they're in prison.
Okay.
Right, but then when you're out of prison,
well, maybe you learned something about yourself in prison. You're
maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. All I'll say is this. I promise you, if a Michelin star restaurant in New York, L.A., Vegas said, we've got a lovely delicacy all the way from Danville, Ohio, raccoon meat, people would say, you got to try this. Oh, my gosh, it's amazing.
Right. Look, they're lining up around the block for this thing.
It obviously seems like it's pretty tasty.
Well, either that or it's a tradition. Either way.
Well, either way, you're right. Yeah.
Look, it's stewed meat. How bad can it be?
How could it be bad? You're right.
You put that with onions and you have mashed potatoes next to it?
I'm ready. Let's eat that.
What's the problem?
Let's go.
What does Hall of Fame coach Pat Riley have to do with the Kansas City Chiefs? I will tell you coming up next. Colin Mann and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're looking at some slower traffic on southbound 270 on the West Outer Belt from Cemetery Road to Roberts Road. And we've got about a 10-minute delay on eastbound 33 between Refugee Road and Hamilton Road. This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. It's Mattress Firm's President's Day sale. Get matched to your perfect bed now and sleep at night. Plus, if you see a lower price, they'll match it. Hurry and stop by Mattress Firm to upgrade today. Restrictions apply. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Brought to you by Metal Supermarkets. From hobbyists and machine shops to manufacturers and maintenance departments, visit Columbus at metalsupermarkets.com for all your metal needs.
For 100 years, our passion at Atlas Butler has been helping people. From those who have relied on us for years to those who call us for the first time. For our team, their families, and our community, Atlas Butler is here to keep Central Ohio safe and comfortable with trusted, convenient service. Call today, get it fixed today. That's our pledge to you.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Only one football game left this season makes me sad. But watching that last game at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus makes me very happy. Scotty Vegas, and we're throwing a super watch party for the big game February 9th. Reserve your table at HollywoodColumbus.com. Come early for a live sports betting show at 5. Stay for the game with prizes and prop contests. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 21 years or older to enter. See you at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook for a Super Sunday.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals with savings beyond low prices. Like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
You'll find low prices on thousands of items. The yellow and red tags mean you'll save big on sparkling ice water, Kroger brand chips, and so much more. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Hi, I'm Bob Capace for Worthington Jewelers. Valentine's Day is upon us. Don't be a loser and forget again this year. Here at Worthington Jewelers, my store, I'm Bob Capace. We're giving you 35% off 14-karat gold and diamond jewelry. And how about 20% off sterling silver jewelry? We have something for every budget. Shop local and ask for me. Bob Capace. Worthington Jewelers on High Street in Worthington, worthingtonjewelers.com.
Get eco.
ECO.
Aaron, look what I invented.
Jerry, you're wearing a cape.
Get eco.
ECO.
What is it that you promise our customers, Aaron?
We come through for you when you need us to.
Get eco.
ECO.
Do you know who does that, Aaron?
We do?
Superheroes do that, Aaron.
Superheroes! I'm guessing you make capes for everyone?
That's right. Every plumber, electrician, and HVAC technician. But I'm not done, Aaron. I'm not done.
Get eco.
ECO.
Now I'm inventing jetpacks so we can fly to the rescue like proper superheroes. Now say your line again.
We come through for you when you need us to?
No, say it like this. We come through for you when you need us to.
Get eco.
ECO.
Jerry.
Yeah, Aaron?
How about we put those capes in the closet until you get the jetpacks perfected?
We'll look right when we take flight.
Get eco.
ECO.
Eco. Plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians. GetEco.com.
Did you know we have another station? More Buckeyes, more play-by-play, more everything.
Set your second preset to AM 1460 or 97.1 FM HD2 or listen on the Fan app.
Your home for almost too much football. The Fan.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy houses as is fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you if you could simply take what you wanted and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, rental portfolios. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Call TurboTrack Realty today for an all-cash offer and speak with one of our friendly staff members at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
If better health, more energy, and detoxing your body are some of your priorities this year, get Active Liver today. You can find Active Liver at your local CVS or online at Amazon or NewNordicUSA.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
10 weather impact alert for your Wednesday evening into early tonight. Temperatures right around freezing rain and freezing rain moving in. Be careful out and about. Once we get past midnight, rain and possibly a thunder shower as we get through about sunrise on Thursday morning. Temperatures starting off around 40 degrees. Back in the low 50s by Thursday afternoon. Mostly cloudy skies, breezy but dry. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
ESPN Bet is the official sports book of Common Man and T-Bone. On your phone or in person at Hollywood Casino Columbus. The Fan.
The only thing harder than common man's arteries is T-Bone thinking about a red-bellied woodpecker. This is Man and Bone.
Happy Wednesday. It is Wildcard Wednesday. Name dropping with Jeff Rimmer coming up at 5:30. You have anything for me, Bone?
Yeah, I have this one from Muggsy's Leaper.
My guy.
Who says, my yummy tummies. What is your favorite Adam Sandler movie from the 2.0 era? Mine may be Go With It or Uncut Gems. Then in parentheses, he put, let's say after Zohan. So he's calling the 2.0 era of Adam Sandler anything after You Don't Mess With the Zohan? Is that what he's... Is that
I guess.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out when that one came out.
Adam Sandler movies. I'm Googling.
I'm looking. Oh, man. there's so many that came out before that. So 2008 is when You Don't Mess with the Zohan came out. Prior to that, there's I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry. There is Longest Yard. All that stuff is out.
I didn't see most of these.
No, these are the ones. I think a lot of them were the Netflix. Not all of them, but a lot of these were in that range of.
Not going to be Jack and Jill.
I saw that one. That wasn't my favorite.
What else did I see?
Did you see Grown Ups?
Yeah.
I mean, he's in Grown Ups, right? Obviously, that's him.
What about the cartoon? I like that. Hotel Transylvania.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen that. That's a good movie. I like that.
Hotel Transylvania. I'm surprised.
That's my answer.
You usually don't like cartoons.
Well, it's okay, but the rest of the movies on this list are really, really crap.
You know the one that's good? You should watch Hustle. I think that's the one. That's the basketball one. That's like the drama where he's married to Queen Latifah and he goes to find. No,
I tend to hate sports movies because they're not made for people who know anything about sports.
Okay.
So I guess I should watch it.
Here's the thing. This one, I think I've told you about this before. That's the one with Anthony Edwards, not the actor, the basketball player, who's like really good for the Timberwolves. But when he did this movie, he was a very young player. I don't even know if he might have been drafted, but I don't know if he'd really played a lot. This was back in, the movie came out in.
It says 2022.
Yeah, that one's pretty good. I like that one a lot. But he, in this movie, Anthony Edwards is like the bad guy. He's kind of like trash talking the kid that, Sandler's character's trying to bring over to the U.S. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good movie.
LeBron's a producer on this movie.
Yeah, I think that's one of the first ones he did with his production company. That Uncut Gems is the one. Isn't Kevin Garnett in Uncut Gems?
Is he?
I feel like, yeah. I feel like Mike Francesa might be in that too. No, I'm telling you, I think he has. If it's not him, it's some media guy who is a real media person who they have doing a minute of sports commentary for the purposes of the movie. So yeah, Sandler put some people in that one.
All right.
But yeah, I haven't. Yeah. Anyways, I'll go with that
Hotel
movie.
Transylvania.
Sure.
What do the Kansas City Chiefs and Pat Riley, former coach of the Lakers, have in common? Well, I guess Pat Riley, back in the 80s, copyrighted the term three-peat.
Yeah, when he was coaching the Lakers.
Right. So Darren Ravel of Clicked.com.
Oh, hey, good Adam Sandler movie. Click. No?
Except this is spelled C-L-I-C-T. Clicked.
Huh? Say that. What?
Clicked. Whew. I know.
Copywriter's nightmare, right? Copy editor's nightmare right there. Be careful.
Pat Riley and the Chiefs have a deal in place for the use of the phrase if the Chiefs become the first team in NFL history to win 3 straight Super Bowls, which, of course, they can do this year. Now, any royalties that would be paid will go to the Pat Riley Family Foundation. So,
all right,
goes to charity because he wants you to know, filthy rich.
Good for him.
That's all right. There's a lot of people out there who are filthy rich who want more money.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't want it from the Chiefs, I guess.
That's very nice of him to take the money and put it to charity. Also, if he has the copyright, you have to enforce it, right? Because if you let someone else use it and there's no payment, then more people will use it, and eventually the copyright is meaningless. So, yeah, he's got to enforce that.
Myles Garrett was on Radio Row today. He was talking to Rich Eisen. Of course, he requested a trade from the Browns and said that, look, he didn't come to this decision lightly. He wants to win. He said it took lots of time and lots of conversation. Just looking at the trajectory of the team, talking to some of the higher-ups, I have a lot of respect for them, but I just don't think we're aligned on where the team is going in the near future. He also said that he consulted, I don't know how seriously, with LeBron James.
Interesting.
So
I wonder why. I don't know. Is he part of I don't know who his representation is. Doesn't LeBron have, his agent, Rich Paul, doesn't he own
I don't know.
An agency, I think? I don't know. Maybe there's
all these famous guys know each other.
Well, that's fair. I wonder this. When he says they're not aligned, in my mind, that means Myles Garrett went in and said, guys,
I'd like to win.
Yeah. And they said, we would too. And we think we can do that this year with
the same roster,
with no quarterback that we have and a giant cap hit from everybody and no real plan to bring anybody in because we don't know how much money we're going to have in the beginning, but we think we can win if you just stick it out. And he probably said, all right, thanks. I I don't believe you. I don't think you can win here. I got to go. So, great. Good times. Now, I don't know if he'll actually get traded or not because, right, there's a dead cap hit for him if they trade him before June 1st.
He says he has no clause in his contract that restricts any movement, so he can be traded to any team.
He can, but like I said, if you can't trade him before June 1st, that means the draft, you get nothing. You can't use him to get draft picks this year. You can only trade him after June 1st, which means you're into next year's draft, which means essentially, you can get first-round picks for him, but they're not going to come and help you for at least a year.
A Central Ohio dude is living in Doritos paradise. Central Ohio-born filmmaker Dylan Bradshaw won the Doritos Crash the Super Bowl commercial competition.
Oh.
So he and his co-director, Nate, get to fly to the Super Bowl where they get to watch their ad called Abduction. And by the way, you can watch all this stuff online now. All the Super Bowl ads are there. If you type in Doritos Abduction, you will see it. Also, and they sort of buried the lead on this, he won $1 million.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah.
Good for him.
So he gets his Super Bowl commercial thrown out there for the masses, gets to make his name that way. Also, he gets $1 million from Doritos.
He's a Central Ohio guy.
That's right.
Oh, fantastic.
Maybe he's a fan of the show.
And you know what? I don't know why Nate only got his first name mentioned, but good for you, Nate.
Nate Norrell.
Nate Norrell, okay.
Norrell.
Nate Bargatze. Also in Dorito. No? Okay. I don't know.
Also, it says that Dylan gets to bring another one of his friends, Bob Capace, with him.
Man, that's great for Bob. I'm really happy.
It is good for Bob.
That's
isn't
good.
it?
That's good. He's gonna do a lot of business after the Super Bowl. Maybe he'll even make the rings. You never know.
This is why I can't. Like, this is from the Dispatch, right? I'm reading this story. Sophia wrote this. I can't say her last name, but I'm sure you're a very good reporter.
Okay.
But the last line of this story is, Ohioans can watch the winning advertisement on Fox, which is broadcasting the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah.
I know we have to do it, but oh, my God.
I know. But there's a limit to that, right? Like, I know within the newspaper industry or within anybody who writes copy for a living, they will have things to say, you have to explain this, but you don't have to explain that.
I know.
But it's somewhere at some point, someone has to say, hey, when you say today's going to be sunny, you don't then the next sentence doesn't have to be, if you're not aware, the sun is a giant star that's about 93 million miles away from Earth. It emits an amount of radiation that is tolerable for humans, and it heats and cools our planet. So that's what the sun is, in case anyone wasn't clear. Hello.
Hi. Speaking of things in space, I did see that an asteroid may kill us all.
Great.
I saw that.
When? Soon?
They spotted this asteroid right before the new year. They say it could hit us. What's the date on? They actually have a date.
Well, yeah, I figured once they see it, they know they can work out the math.
The potential impact would occur on December 22nd, 2032.
Oh, we got time.
Happy Christmas. They are saying that it only has a 1.6% chance of hitting us.
Can I ask this question?
Yeah.
I mean, we had the movie, right?
Yeah.
About sending a giant spaceship up there. And in the movie, of course, we have to send Bruce Willis and all these other people have to go up and, meet. You have to die to be able to save planet Earth. Right? Well, now all I hear about is how AI this, and you don't even know what's real anymore, man. You can be talking to someone on the phone to set up a dinner reservation. And it's actually an AI voice you're talking to. How do we not? We have everything's fly by wire. Why can't we get a giant rocket that we can aim at this thing and knock it off course?
Who's to say we can't?
If it gets to a point where it's heading our way, then we just bombard it with rockets until it obliterates or moves or something.
Who's to say that we can't? We got top men.
Do we?
Top men working on it right now. I'm convinced of it.
I'm not.
We got Elon. Elon's working on it.
I thought you said top men.
Top men.
He's always struck me as more of a bottom, Mike, quite honestly.
Speaking of a top man, name dropping with Jeff Rimmer coming up in 2 minutes. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
Traffic is going to be stop and go and causing a 5-minute delay on northbound 71 on the north side between East Broad Street and 11th Avenue. And we also have slower traffic on eastbound 670 between 5th Avenue and 270. This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Whiskey War by High Bank Distillery. Drink local. Drink High Bank.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter for Affinity Whole Health. I've trusted Affinity for 7 years for their testosterone replacement therapy. Why? Because it's natural for our bodies to gradually lose testosterone over time. This leads to brain fog, fatigue, muscle loss, low sex drive, none of the things you want. If you want to feel like you did in your prime and get your energy back, better mood, higher sex drive, increase muscle mass, then get started for free at feelgreatcolumbus.com. Affinity is local. They're accessible. They ship the treatments right to your door. feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Common Man here. I've told you about my friends at Sell for 1% Realtors. I am back to remind you that if you're thinking about selling your home, it should not cost you 6% to do it. Their premise is almost too good to be true. They sell your home for 1% commission, not 6. That's it. I had to check it out for myself, see if it was legit. I met with the family-run business here in Central Ohio. They will give you everything you expect from any realtor for a whole lot less. This is full service, not discount. They literally do everything that a realtor who charges you 6% is going to do, and probably more. They can do it because they use today's technology, which has made the realtor's job easier, taking photos, signing documents on your phone. And instead of keeping their prices the same like everybody else does, they pass the savings on to you because they know you're going to be happy with the service. Tell a friend, they get more business. Oh, what a novel concept. If I knew about these guys 10 years ago, I would have saved a boatload of money. On average, customers save about 10 grand in commissions. If you're selling, give my guys a call. 614-451-6616. Sellfor1%.com.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Common Man and T-Bone's name dropping with the biggest name dropper of them all, Jeff Rimmer.
Sponsored by Buyers Imports by the airport.
He is the legendary voice of your Columbus Blue Jackets. It's name dropping with Jeff Rimmer on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Hello, Rims.
Good afternoon, boys. How are things up in Columbus?
Oh, fantastic. Last night, we had the walking wounded. The Blue Jackets go into Buffalo. They lose a tough one, 3-2. But this team is just so beat up right now. Zach Werenski didn't play in the game last night. They're saying undisclosed injury. What are you hearing about Zach?
Well, it's day to day. I would think, though, that what comes into play, a question that T-Bone asked me last week, what do? You've got 2 games before the break, the 2-week break. You've got the Four Nations tournament. What do you decide to do with Zach? And ultimately, first the team's trainers and then management's going to have to make a decision here along with Zach Werenski and how to proceed. I'm seeing that a number of teams around the NHL are now sitting out their injured players, some of them key players, prior to the Four Nations event. And I wouldn't be surprised one way or the other that Zach, I know he wants to play in the Four Nations, and I know he wants to help the Blue Jackets, but what's best for the team and what's best for Zach?
Well, that was what I was going to ask you, Rims. I know you can't speak necessarily on how this one will go, but in situations like this in hockey, is there ever a chance if a guy is like, I don't know, 80%, probably could play if it was a Stanley Cup matchup or a big playoff game or something like that, but they got this tournament to go to, probably could go if he had to. Does the team kind of lean on a player, even though they want to go and say, you really have to think about this? Does the team absolutely put their foot down, or do they kind of leave that up to the player? What's your experience in these situations in the past?
Well, I think it'll be a collaborative effort. I think it'll be the trainer, as I said, the player, in this case, Werenski, and, of course, the team. And it's what's best for the Blue Jackets, and it's what's best, obviously, for Zach Werenski. But I don't think he's going to jeopardize anything. And I know Zach really, really well. I consider him a friend. I don't think he's going to jeopardize anything for the Blue Jackets to play in this Four Nations tournament. But, again, it's a day-to-day situation, and he may be fine to play here, or they decide to not play him for these final 2 games before the break and let things die down if in fact, there's still some well.
Uh-oh. Oh. Are you there?
I'm here.
Oh, your phone crapped out. I just want to make sure you didn't drop dead.
No, I did not.
All right. Name
I'm
dropping
around.
with Jeff Rimmer, brought to you by Rimmer's Friends, Buyers Imports by the Airport. You want to talk about your friends, Rims?
You know, we always are willing to talk about Buyers Imports by the Airport, talking to Kevin King today about service. And you know that service at Buyers Imports by the Airport is the backbone of the entire operation. In fact, how about this stat? They've got over 100 parts and service factory-trained personnel there to help you at Buyers Imports each and every day. And it's after the sale of your automobile. We've talked at length about the new and pre-owned cars available. But what's important is that you get the right service after that car purchase. And really, they want to make sure that not only do you get the best service, but there's no time to waste, and they'll get you in and out with your car 100% at Buyers Imports by the Airport. After all, service is so important when it comes to purchasing a car, and it's the after-sale purchase that Buyers Imports by the Airport is ready to take care of you. Tell them Rimmer sent you.
That may be a record for the number of times you said it in one commercial read. All right, so I'm reading in The Athletic today. They had their little survey of NHL players. They asked, like, which coach do you like the best? Which coach would you never want to play for? One of the questions was, which team do you never want to play for? And number one with a bullet was the Winnipeg Jets. And I'm trying to figure out, how, because it can't just be it's cold, because it's cold in Edmonton and they weren't on this list, or it's cold in Calgary. What is it about Winnipeg that players don't want to go there?
Have you ever been to Winnipeg?
I have not, no.
Well, you're not going to want to go there. And if you did go there, I guarantee you wouldn't go back.
Wow.
My brother, and I don't understand why, but my brother now lives in Winnipeg, and I get to visit, or at least I did, over these last several seasons when the Blue Jackets played their one and only game there. I think I might have told you guys, in fact, I was there, and I was at High Steakhouse. We've talked about that before. It's right there at Portage and Maine, and that is the coldest corner in North America. Canada, U.S., Portage and Maine. And if you saw the downtown area, you would not be impressed. If you saw the airport, you would not be impressed. Believe me, a depressing area. Of course, the only place for me in Canada, and I did the Canada Winter Games, Western Canadian Winter Games one year, way back when I was working for CBC. And I spent a month, 1 week, in Regina, Saskatchewan, and that might be the only city that would be inferior to downtown Winnipeg.
You're not a fan of Regina?
No, I'm not. It's
what about Yellowknife?
I've never been to Yellowknife, and don't intend to go to Yellowknife.
Let's go, Rims. Why not? Get way up there.
No.
Yeah.
No, not interested, boys. Tell me how it is. Send me a postcard.
You don't want to go see polar bears? We can go up to the Arctic Circle together.
I can see polar bears at the Columbus Zoo when I'm in town, and I'm coming back in a couple of weeks. You guys better be armed and ready for me.
We're not going to be here. We're going to be in Regina.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll...
when you get to the
fit
radio
in for you.
station, ask for Bob Capace. He'll let you in.
I'll be there, and I'll host the show.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Rims, I have a question.
Count on it.
I have a question for you. One of our listeners, Craig, asked us to ask you about this. Are you aware that you are in Pete Rose's biography, one of them?
I am?
Yeah.
No, I'm not aware of that.
Let me read this to you. There's a passage. I don't know which one this is, but it says, it was talking about Pete when he was in Montreal. It says, on the same night that Francona injured his knee, Pete grabbed an Expos broadcaster in the clubhouse, pushed him up against a locker, and ripped the man's shirt, sparking a melee. Pete was angry about being misquoted in a radio editorial. He lived an isolated life in a hotel with his girlfriend and almost no one else. He struggled on the field again, hobbled by injuries. But they don't mention you by name.
That's you,
but
though,
that's
Rims.
you, right?
That was me, 100%. I got the shirt to prove it.
You still have the shirt?
No, not really. But I thought it was a good line.
That is a great
I thought
line.
it was worth saying.
That's great. I'll find out what book. I'll find out what book this is, and we'll get you a copy.
Yeah.
Just because I think you would appreciate knowing that you're in this biography.
For all the times that I've talked about the incident, You would think that Pete would have put it in there. And quite frankly, I've spoken at a couple of dinners and breakfasts here in South Florida over the last few weeks. And I tell the Pete Rose story, and I'm really, really upset. I've got the picture with Pete and I on January 14th, 1984, after, and Pete obviously left out the most important fact there, that it was my effort to get the Expos to sign him that he was initially signed by the team. And anyway, he should have mentioned me, but he didn't, and that's fine. But I will say this, that I regret not taking the day I took Jody Shelley to meet him in Vegas here a couple of years ago. Jody wanted to find out if I was accurate in my storytelling. I'm upset I didn't take the picture of Pete and I together in the Expos offices the day he signed. I've got the picture here. I should put it up on my wall. But, yeah, I'm disappointed I don't have it.
Didn't you tell me you were going to think about writing a book at some time?
Yeah, I am. I got to find a ghostwriter. I've got the stories, but I want to have a ghostwriter. Are you interested in that job?
No, I can't do that. But I do have a title for the book. It's called No One Will Read This.
Oh, stop.
That's not true. Everybody, you know how many people, wait a second, you know how many people have told me and encouraged me to write a book because I do have so many great stories? Come on, Mike.
All right. Rims,
Be real.
English was my strongest subject in school. I would be happy to ghostwrite your book. It was second language English, but I did really well. So I'm just letting you know. If
He's
you need,
Canadian.
If you need
He's
someone
got
else,
second language English, too.
I'm happy to help.
In all seriousness, I've talked to a couple of sports writers that have written books previously. In fact, one of them is the author, Scott Morrison, of Doug McLean's book, which, by the way, is in the second or third printing now. They want him at Simon & Schuster to write another book, if you can believe it. I said, the first book was a success. Don't test your luck here on a second book, but apparently they're offering some big money.
Who the hell bought that?
Yeah, a lot of people. A lot of people
up on Prince Edward's Island.
No. A lot of people in Canada and the U.S. I mean, yeah, he's done very, very well.
Can you confirm that Prince Edward Island is the place that you go to get your nether regions pierced?
Yeah.
I cannot confirm. But I can't deny it either.
Rims, they're saying you got to go, you get pierced down south, up north. That's what they're saying.
All right. Well, I cannot speak on that subject. You may want to give Doug a call, and maybe he can answer your question.
All right, we got to go. We're out of time.
Oh, no name dropping today. Okay.
Well, you're just say Bobby
Doug
Orr.
McLean. You dropped Doug McLean. That's a name.
No, I had a better name today.
What's the name? Go quickly.
Don Cherry today is celebrating his 91st birthday, and I spoke to him briefly here today. And what did he want to talk about? Not him, not anything, not his birthday, but the Columbus Blue Jackets and how impressed he is with the team. And, of course, I spent many years, broadcasting the Blue Jackets, and he watched many games a night, and he said, Ribba, your team's doing really well. Anyway, that's my name drop for today. The 91-year-old great Hall of Famer, Don Cherry.
Thank you, Rims.
And what's his nickname, Rims?
Grapes.
Grapes.
Love it.
You know, it's a lesser-known nickname for Don Cherry?
What's that?
The Immigrant Hater.
Well, there's a few of those presidents here in the United States that might fall in that category as well.
Thank you, Rims. We'll talk to you next week.
And politics even gets into the show
That's
today.
good.
Wow.
There you go, Rims.
Right.
Love it. That's great.
Name dropping with Jeff Rimmer on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. He's hot today.
Calls it like he sees it.
I was speaking at breakfast. Him standing up in the nursing home and talking is not him speaking at a breakfast.
Oh. The tapioca was subpar.
Back page coming up. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got a 5-minute delay due to a disabled vehicle that's blocking the center lane on eastbound 270 on the North Outer Belt after 23. And you're also going to hit slow traffic on westbound 270, again on the North Outer Belt between Westerville and Cleveland Avenue. This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies, offering national LTE coverage and no subscriptions ever. A great alternative to a mobile phone for your kids. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Hey there, it's Jeff Rimmer for Byers Airport Subaru. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or service your next Subaru, Byers Airport Subaru has options for you, and it's from start to finish. Browse and shop entirely online from the comfort of your home at ColumbusSubaru.com, or simply stop by and visit with our friendly brand specialists at Byers Airport Subaru by the airport. Easy to deal with, easy to get to. It's better to buy at Byers. Byers Airport Subaru by the airport.
It's been a great run. Care Heating and Cooling has achieved goals I could only imagine 30 years ago. But now it's time for the next generation to take over. This is Mike Weens, now the retired founder of Care Heating and Cooling with my sons, Dennis and Ryan.
Dad, I remember you saying that a family business should reflect family values, that a customer deserves to be treated with kindness and compassion.
And those values will never change. The reputation you built for being fair and honest is our greatest asset.
In fact, in 2024, Care was awarded a BBB Torch Award for ethics and named the Lennox Partner of the Year.
You don't earn those awards by leaving cat toys behind. It's an honor to continue serving Central Ohio as a locally owned, family-run business.
So, whether you need a tune-up, repair, or just honest advice, Care is here for you.
Call Care Heating and Cooling at 1-800-COOLING or schedule an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com.
When you need a company you can trust. Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. The best time of the year for football is finally here. The big game has arrived, and fans are excited to see who'll be hoisting the trophy in New Orleans. You can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Check out their big game giveaway promo for your chance at $1 million in prizes. 25 winners will walk away with $10K in cash. 7,500 winners will get $100 in bonus bets. No deposit or bet required. Opt in today in the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
You imagine it so often, it's almost real. That one dream vacation you know someday you'll take. Then, out of the blue, cancer. And that dream goes off exactly as planned. I would know, kiddo. I'm in the big city with my two best girls. Our fourth big trip since I heard the words cancer-free from my doctor at Ohio Health. All right, girls, let's get another ice cream. You keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keepmakingplans.
Get ready for the big game with fan favorites like buy one, get one free extra large avocados. Plus, buy 5, save $5 deals when you mix or match other go-to items like assorted varieties of DiGiorno frozen pizza, 24 packs of Coca-Cola or Pepsi products plus deposit where applicable, and Sweet Baby Ray's marinade or sauce. Shopping at Meijer makes game day a good deal better. Exclusions apply. See all deals in-store or in the Meijer app.
A.J. Hawk won a national title, a Super Bowl, and a Lombardi Award, but his weekly appearance on Morning Juice Fridays at 8:33 is the real highlight of his career. If he tells you otherwise, he's lying.
Sponsored by FanDuel.
The Fan.
How'd you like to wipe out all that credit card debt to start the new year off right? Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Stop getting fleeced by the credit card companies. If you own your home, go to AFLcash.com now. Advantage First Lending can help you unlock that equity and get you tens, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's AFLcash.com. You can pay off all your credit cards and other high-interest debt super fast. Consolidate all your bills into one low monthly payment. AFLcash.com can help you tap into your home's equity to give you some serious cash so you can go into 2025 with less stress and more confidence. Get the cash you need from Advantage First Lending now. Most homeowners don't even need an appraisal. How great is that? Get on solid financial footing. Go to AFLcash.com. That's AFLcash.com or call 844-394-CASH. 844-394-CASH.
Equal Housing Lender. NMLS 1209177. Subject to lender approval. NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric, and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep your home comfortable. The Fan.
The signing day edition of the Ryan Day Show is coming up at the top of the hour. Paul Keels, Jim Lachey, and because his name is on the show, Coach Ryan Day. Yes, it is signing day, even though we have 19 of them.
Yeah.
And we already knew exactly who was in this class. But still, you will hear Ryan Day talk about the class coming up in about 10 minutes. Fish has handed me the plug sheet for tomorrow.
Let's go.
Dean Evison, Jackets head coach, will be on Morning Juice at 7:30. Paul Feinbaum, Pied Piper of the Hillbillies, will be on Bishop and Friends at 10:30. Denzel Ward, Browns corner, former Buckeye great, will be on Rothman and Ice live from Radio Row in New Orleans at 1 o'clock tomorrow. And this show tomorrow will have none of those things, but we'll be here.
That's right.
It's Wildcard Wednesday.
Cat's Meow says, my grunge aficionados. I'm at the gym and watching a guy practice salsa dancing. What hobby would you like to try to perfect?
Pegging.
He gave us options. Pegging was not on the list, but yeah. Singing, juggling, or doing sports talk radio.
Probably that one.
That's the one we should probably
It's not a
work on.
hobby. That's a job.
You know what? Singing, I'm sure if you really work at it, you could get decent. That's like decent enough that you wouldn't embarrass yourself at karaoke.
You and I can sing. Remember that time we did the duet where we're singing the Shine Down song?
Oh, yeah.
Second Chance?
I forgot. But that's just yelling. We weren't singing. I mean, we were trying to sing, but it wasn't any good.
It was good.
We
had fun.
Actually, our guy, Saltine, tweeted us and said, my Jim Knowles haters. He said, tonight is karaoke night at the bar. So my question to you is, what would be your go-to karaoke song?
Second Chance.
He said, by the way, my ringtone is you guys singing Second Chance by Shinedown. Love when people call me. What? Call Saltine, I guess. And so he can hear us sing. How did you even do that? That's amazing.
How do you do that? You take audio, you cut it, you put it on the thing.
Yes.
What is 1940?
No, what I'm asking is, how did he get a cell phone from 2008? Because, I didn't know we were still doing ringtones on cell phones these days.
Oh, yeah,
That's great.
Absolutely.
I thought everyone's default. You do?
Yeah, I do too.
You have a ringtone? What's your ringtone?
It's been the same one for 15 years.
What is it?
In the Meantime.
Are you actually serious right now?
Yeah.
You have a ringtone on your phone?
I do.
I've never heard it.
Call me. Call me right now.
All right. I'm calling you right now.
Call me right. I'm going to turn my ringer on.
All right, hang on. I rarely call people, so I got to find.
Well, I never call people either. I never talk on the phone. If you call me, I'm not going to answer.
All right. DOUCH
Space Hog
BAG. Let me just dial your number. Sorry.
Space Hog, in the meantime, will play for you.
That's awesome. Okay, here's what I now know. You have to leave your phone, because you always have it on silent, as you should. You're a broadcast professional. I leave my phone on silent. You leave yours on silent. Ted, he leaves his on full volume because he loves hearing Dr. Feelgood.
Ted, what's your ringtone? Do you have a ringtone?
Yeah, you have a ringtone, right?
Yeah, I do. It's the 007 theme song.
Let's call Ted.
I'm the only one without a ringtone?
I'm calling Ted. Is your phone
I
on?
don't have a ringtone.
All right, I'm turning it on now.
I didn't know we were doing ringtones.
Why? It's fun. Why wouldn't you do a ringtone?
Because it's embarrassing if you're like, oh, and now the dearly departed, his widow will come and say some words.
Off.
I know, but if you forget, it's very very
I'm
awkward.
calling Ted right now. I'm calling you right now. I want to hear it. Teddy.
All right, we're waiting. I swear. I love this. I had no idea you guys were still doing ringtones. I'm floored. I'm absolutely floored. All right, tomorrow, Ted, you can put it up now on our Twitter, at ManandBo971. I need a poll up that asks, do you have a ringtone, yes or no?
Hell yeah!
I didn't know people were doing that.
The back page with Common Man and T-Bone.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Bone. By the way, my go-to song at karaoke is Kiss Me by Sixpence None the Richer.
It's a good song.
It would be great if I could actually sing it, but it's terrible, and everyone gets mad when I try.
The song's terrible or you're terrible?
No, I'm terrible. I can't sing Kiss Me. Are you kidding me?
Kiss me.
Yeah, see, none of us can do this. No, there's no way that's good.
I can do it. I'm going to do it tomorrow.
All right, great. Enjoy. So I saw this, and I have a question about it for you, because this makes no sense to me. Jacksonville Jags owner Shahid Khan, the owner of the Jags, he's got billions of dollars. He owns a 400-foot yacht.
Of course he does.
Let him live. It is called the Kismet. It is parked in New Orleans because, of course,
C-word.
Nope, it's called the Kismet. It is there in New Orleans. I'll leave when I'm good and ready. But it's there for the Super Bowl. Anyway, it says it's 400-foot yacht, $360 million yacht. It sleeps 12 people.
That's it?
How? How does it not sleep like 30?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Well, it's probably very generous accommodations.
Sucks to be poor.
I'm saying, I don't think there's just like a twin bed with one little porthole.
Little Murphy bed just folding out of the wall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Pat Murphy bed.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, Ryan Day show's next. We'll see you tomorrow. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're looking at a 10-minute delay on eastbound 33 between Refugee Road and Ebright Road. And we've got a 5-minute slowdown on eastbound 70 on the east side from James Road to 270. This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies, offering national LTE coverage and no subscriptions ever. A great alternative to a mobile phone for your kids. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO and get an extra 5% off. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Is a Fan Action Update.
In each of the Kansas City Chiefs' 3 Super Bowl wins, a Chief at 5-1 or higher has scored a touchdown. In 2020, it was Mahomes at 5-1. In 2023, it was Sky Moore at 8-1 and Kadarius Toney at plus 750. In 2024, is McCole Hardman at 13-1. Chiefs are a 1.5-point favorite on Sunday, minus 120 on the money line. For your Action Update, I'm Scotty Vegas.
Men, this is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health. The one you love is the light of your life. And if you're like most of us, you want to do whatever you can to nurture your relationship. But if you're suffering with erectile dysfunction, you know the impacts the condition is likely having on you and your partner. ED is a relationship destroyer. It can contribute to depression, distancing, conflicts, and even breakups and divorce. And what's so disturbing about this is that most men who suffer with ED can be successfully treated, but a lot of guys don't seek treatment when they should. At Tri-State Men's Health, we have protocols that are effective in well over 90% of cases. In fact, if you're like most guys, you could be having great sex within a day or two of your first appointment, and maybe find you're performing like you haven't in a long time. So call Tri-State Men's Health today. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices across the tri-state area to serve you.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
One thing we keep hearing here in town, Wilson, is that the cost of Pella windows actually pleasantly surprises most people.
Pleasantly surprised?
You get the Pella next level quality and looks, but we also have 5 different lines to fit most budgets.
Our customers are almost always surprised, but it's never pleasant. Is there such thing as like angrily surprised?
Price is a little high.
Oh no, they're a lot high.
Get the window that Columbus homeowners rate the leading and most trusted at PellaColumbus.com.
Come cheer on the Ohio State Buckeyes men's basketball team as they take on the Maryland Terrapins at the Shot on February 6th. Don't miss out on themed games, unforgettable fan experiences, and the ultimate Buckeye traditions. Buy your tickets now at ohiostatebuckeyes.com.
For a limited time at Speedway, get 2 big pizza slices and your favorite Coca-Cola 20-ounce for only $5 with Speedy Rewards. Choose from Classic 3-Cheese, Pepperoni, or Extreme Meat Pizza. Save big with the $5 meal deal with Speedy Rewards. Only at Speedway. Valid through 3/4/25. See app for full terms.
Hey guys, it's Timmy Hall. This ain't the little itty bitty teeny tiny bowl. This is Super Bowl 59. So get in on the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 59. Scoring touchdowns is key to hoisting that Lombardi trophy, and you can score big by betting on them at DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 place to bet touchdowns. Ready to place your first bet? Try betting on something simple like a player to go for 6. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app, make your pick. New DraftKings customers can bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code TheFan971. That's code TheFan971 for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet $5. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus, Ohio only. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
For 100 years, our passion at Atlas Butler has been helping people. From those who have relied on us for years to those who call us for the first time. For our team, their families, and our community, Atlas Butler is here to keep Central Ohio safe and comfortable with trusted, convenient service. Call today, get it fixed today. That's our pledge to you.
Atlas Butler.
Hey friends, Beamer here, and yes, I have a new update for you. I know you're thinking one of these weeks I'll put up a goose egg, but not yet. Not with Awaken 180. Another 4.8 pounds down last week with Awaken 180. And if you're following along, it's sure fun for me. 42 pounds in just 8 weeks. Let's put weight aside. I've stopped snoring thanks to Awaken 180. And what does that mean? Happy wife, happy life. Plus, bonus, I wake up feeling great because I'm actually sleeping through the night. Energy levels high, less pain in my knees, and now I'm able to play at the little gym with Willie and throw him up and down and watch him be a crazy man. I know most of these messages talk about how much weight I'm losing, but it's more about what losing weight is making me win in every other area of my life. For the big game this weekend, I'm pumped. Wings, meatballs, adult beverages, everything's still on the table while losing weight with Awaken 180. Let them show you how easy it is and give Awaken 180 a call. 844-346-1800. That's 844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com.
In a divorce, it's important to have a partner you can count on. I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell, a domestic litigation and family law firm. We champion your rights as an individual and your role as a parent, taking an aggressive approach in court while leveling the legal playing field in domestic matters. That's what a champion does. That's what Cordell & Cordell can do for you. Visit us at CordellCordell.com.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Columbus area attorneys. 10 West Broad Street, Suite 1550, Columbus, Ohio, 43214.